Well met. Is this the house of old Igor?
That's right. What brings you here?
Here, I brought a gift for you. Salt. Hear me out, please. I'm from Ust-Barovsk. I have a salt factory there. I'm Pahom Nikolaevich, the manager. My business is quite serious. I need to speak to you eye to eye.
You need to speak to Vasilisa. She's the one in charge here now.
A knower girl? That's a dangerous job.
No such thing as a safe job. Everything is as God wills it.
It is as you say. God abandoned our salt works. One day there's some noise in the salt oven. Another, some shadows near the salt boxes.
So what? I see nothing strange. These things happen all over the gubernia.
This is true. However, there was no brine at first. And the other day, some workers went missing. It's been several days. The police don't care. They say they'll be back. I've already organized my own guards. I myself saw a kind of shadow near the barns. It disappeared the moment I saw it. I was told you can help me deal with spirits, and so I came here.
실종된 사람들.
Tell me, Pahom Nikolaevich, how people went missing.
A week ago we hit brine. It just started gushing out. So we started working it, day and night, filled all the salt boxes. I put Alexei from Gorodishevo on the night shift. He went missing. People said he went on a binge. The local doctor says he's an alcoholic. And then Pyotr went missing, also on the night shift.
Did you try to figure out who is kidnapping these people?
Yes. On the third day, I sent a couple of strong men, myself among them. All was quiet at first, and then, at night, some sort of shadow appeared. Trishka called out to it, but it started thrashing about. I still get chills thinking about it. I crossed myself, and the shadow ran to the barn, or to the oven, or to the salt box. I couldn't tell which. Come morning, I saddled the horses.
염전.
Tell me about your salt works.
It isn't close. A factory near Ust-Urolka. We do everything there. Extract the brine and load the permyanko onto the barges. Permyanka is what we call our salt. Accidents happen, can't avoid them. But we never had to deal with demons.
사라진 소금.
You said the salt started to disappear.
For half a year we had little to no salt. Disasters, one after the other. But we held on. Now we struck brine. Workers have gone missing.
도와줄게요.
I won't leave you hanging.
But if we help you, don't forget about our reward. Perhaps you have some ancient or consecrated item?
Don't worry about that, we won't forget. The main thing is that we find who is to blame.
Have you had any arguments with the Vodinoy?
With the Vodinoy, he doesn't give us any trouble in the factory. I'm a God-fearing man. We offered our Vodinoy vodka and baked treats.
All right, I'll take a look at your factory.
I organized transportation for you. They'll get you to the station. There, the manager will show you the way to the factory. Go as soon as you're ready. I'll go on ahead. Well, see you soon.
God himself sent him, Vasya. There you will break your seal. If only I had some Kupala salve, I could get there instantly. Oh, well, when Kupala comes, I'll get the required herbs. Get to it.
그럼 바로 가면 되겠죠? 프로슈카. 역참. 이 구베르니아 곳곳에 이런 역참이 있다. 휴식을 취하고 말을 바꿔 타는 곳이다. 편말.
Cherdyn, 100 verst. Solikamsk, 22 verst. Ust-Urolka, 10 verst.
약초. 베드로의 십자가. 초원이나 평지에 자라는 식물의 뿌리, 때로는 바다나 강 근처에서도 발견된다. 독 효과를 제거, 사수 효과를 제거. 일단 대화를 먼저 해볼까요?
So I rolled up a cigarette. And then I tell him, you know, spicing it up with curses. Then he crowed and disappeared. Happened this year in the hunting season.
Was he also asking about your daughter?
Come on, Your Excellence. Every knowledgeable passerby thinks he has to pull my leg.
God bless.
God bless.
The nobleman glances at you, flushes red, and nods in a restrained manner.
There aren't any horses at the station.
Really? And what about your Sivka?
The Sisetko's been riding that one for 7 nights straight. She doesn't let anybody near. You have to wait for fresh post horses. They're due in the morning.
And listen to Samson's tall stories. My name is Alexander. My companion is none other than the station caretaker.
My name is Vasilisa. I'm going to the Uzbarovsk factory.
You won't make it far without a carriage at this hour. We can play some cards while we wait. Where are you from?
From Vilgard. I have business at the factory. The horses could bring me only as far as this station.
The locals perhaps are afraid of riding in the direction of the factory.
Well, what do you expect? The factory is haunted, and now demons have snipped the telegraph lines. What a mess. At this rate, we'll be left without a Tsar.
질문. 정보.
Did the demons cut the lines or what?
Who else?
According to you, the demons are to blame for everything. Is winter also their doing?
You bet. Have you heard of Shulikons?
I know about them. And I know for a fact that the winter is not their doing. It's all in the celestial bodies.
Really?
So what happened to the telegraph?
Who knows? The monitor came, took the horses, told me he was going to fix them. Took the stableman as well.
Samson says the spirits are to blame. He says all sorts of superstitious things.
Try living by the forest as long as I have. You'd see stranger things.
공장.
What have you heard about the factory?
It used to be a fine factory. Before the devil came, people started to disappear. There's always some witchery going on.
Was it before the recent disappearances?
I heard the same thing from the peasants. They say it's a bad place.
That's right. Everyone knows the mills are all haunted. Why would the factory be any different?
Just don't go in the water if you can't swim.
He told me about other cases.
Well, there's no lack of misfortune. Pahom sure had it tough. Then all these problems with the brine started.
Now they tell me more salt workers are disappearing. God is punishing them.
Or the devil.
알렉산더.
What about you, Alexander? Where are you going?
I'm going to Logovo village. I'm a doctor, studied in St. Petersburg. The doctor there has his hands full. A difficult case. We've been exchanging letters.
I know a little about folk medicine. What happened here?
A witch doctor. A noble trade, but not as effective as the scientific approach. Well, listen. The peasant girl developed a kind of emaciation. She can't sleep at night, hallucinates.
What do the people say?
The usual things. Curses, kolduns.
I know how to deal with that. Perhaps I could help you.
There's no curse there. I mean, are there even such things? There's a sick girl in Logovo village.
거짓말.
Come, I'll be waiting for you. I mean, I'll be in the village.
말.
Will we get to Urolka with this horse?
Sure. If Sivka comes to its senses. Doesn't look like it though.
I want to ask about something else.
말 확인하기.
I'll go check on your livestock. Maybe I can calm it down.
Go on. His Excellence also has places to go. He's been waiting.
수레.
This cart has seen better days.
쪽지.
Fedka, go shoot some magpies on the street. I'm sick of their calling.
쉬지 못한 말.
The persistent neighing of a horse can be heard from the stables. When you come closer, you see a black shadow shuffling around the animal.
말 확인하기.
You take a closer look and recollect your grandfather's lessons. This is a susiedka. You're sure of it.
그림자를 겁주기.
Oh, a witch! Do your folk have a coven here or something?
Why do you torture the animal? A Susietko is supposed to look after the horses, not torture them.
So you see me? What of it? This animal is the wrong color. It's not like that of the master.
말색.
The color is wrong. What color do you require?
Oh, I'd be happy even with a small, puny horse, but it should be the same color of the master's beard. If I waste this one, he'll buy a new one.
합의 아니 프로슈카 도움? 합의를 볼까?
I can arrange something with Samson. I'll tell him to buy a new one.
A new one. Well, you talk to him, witch. We'll see. We'll see.
You leave the domovoi alone and get back to the yard.
Oh, Vasilisa. So, how's the horse?
수세 듣고.
I went to the stables. It's true. The Susietko bothers the horse.
See? I told you. Did you hear that, Your Excellence?
A Susietko? Really?
Your stable host says the color is wrong.
I knew it. Something is wrong. Is Pinto not to his liking? What color would he prefer?
The Susietko wants you to buy a different color horse. But what color does he want?
수염색이라 했잖아. 회색이겠죠?
The Susietko looks at your hair. He needs a gray animal.
Oh, so that's what's wrong. I knew it. All right. I'll buy a new horse. Tell that to our dear Susetko.
야, 의사가 너무 어이없게 쳐다보고 있는데? 우리의 대화를.
The persistent neighing of a horse can be heard from the stables. When you come closer, you see a black shadow shuffling around the animal.
그림자를 겁주기.
You again. So they don't call you a Noah for nothing.
Samson will buy a new horse soon.
I know you've settled things. Well, I leave this horse
와,
be.
돈 많이 주죠?
Farewell, witch.
The domovoi disappears, and the horse gradually settles down.
자신에게 이를 오근의 미사? 미카엘 보헤보다. 와, 공격과 방어가 되네? 달 형제? 대박인데? 미카엘 보헤보다 상태 효과가 있는 적이 있을 경우 2배의 효과를 가지고. 카드... 아벨을 하나
Oh, Vasilisa. So, how's the horse?
갈 시간.
I managed to calm the animal down. I made arrangements with the Susietko.
Well, what do you know? All right. I'll get you where you need.
Thank you for not sharing any more of these wonderful stories.
They aren't stories, that's what happened.
이쪽을 가야겠죠? 우스티 보르프로 가는 길. 공장에서 그리 멀지 않다.
The caretaker points in the direction of Ust-Urolka, and the cart with Alexander in it departs to Logova village. As you plan your next moves, you're interrupted by a shadow that appears suddenly on the road.
숨으면 그냥 지나가려나? 일단 불러보자.
For a moment, the shadow stops, but then quickly approaches you. Soon, a peasant stands before you with a heavy club in his hands.
뭐야? 산적이야? 방기기.
Who goes there?
농부? 자기소개하기.
I'm from Vilgurt. I'm headed to the salt works.
Cross yourself first.
성어 긋기.
You make the sign of the cross over yourself.
Phew, I thought I'd run into a demon. That kind wouldn't be willing to bless itself. I was sent for a night watch from Ust-Barovsk village. Shorts are bothering folk at the factory. You're heading there?
Well, yes. I'm an ore from Cherdyn. I'd like to help.
A witch?
I'd better get going.
실종.
What did you hear about the missing people?
Gone without a trace. At first, we thought they'd gone on a drinking binge. But no, they went missing during their night watch. I heard there was a thick fog on those nights. Looked like a river overflowing.
소금.
What have you heard about the missing salt?
I heard it went missing long ago. Must be some thieves.
Could it be Chorts?
Could be. Oh, kingdom of the Lord. I used to be a salt walker once. See? Ears are all eaten away. Better ears than the immortal soul, though.
헤어지기.
Well, God bless you.
검은 강기슭. 이곳이 검은 강기슭이라 불리는 데에는 다 이유가 있다. 조심해야 한다.
The murmur of the Chornaya River can be heard amidst the darkness. You also hear several voices nearby. A prickly sensation on your back tells you they belong to the spirits.
작업으로 읽기.
You sneak closer and draw a circle. You can see several foggy spirits sitting on the bank. As soon as you read the first Zagavar, one of the figures disappears into the river. The rest of the demons approach you.
싸울 준비하기. 강기슭 악마. 둘이죠. 체력이 높은데? 차례 시작 시 사슬 5 증가. 부식 5. (31억) 31? 부식 들어왔죠. 부정적 효과 제거 안 떴네? 악마들에게 죽음을. 페이지를 책에서 제거. 오근의 미사. 통달함 7. 통달한 희생. 저주. 페이지의 공격 감소. 최소 1. 새 악마. 마카르코. 한때 수세 득호였으나 자신이 깃든 집의 주인을 살해했다. 전투 시작 시 사슬 2억.
On a stone by the water, you notice a wet comb.
빛 가져가기.
You leave the river behind.
악마의 빛.
Back on the road.
이 빛에서는 강바닥에 진흙 냄새가 나며 항상 축축한 듯하다. 체력 5. 당신은 강을 뒤로 한 채 우스티 보르브스크로 가는 길을 마저 걷습니다. 바꿀 게 있나? 이게 좀 약하긴 한데. 체력 5라. 스킬 포인트 하나 올랐죠. 명령 페이지. 음침한 숲. 이 숲에서 뭔가 잘못되었다는 것이 느껴진다.
You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence. You look around. Your only companion is humming among the silence. Suddenly, a dark figure steps out from the shade. It is a scribe, a Zagavr dealer.
말하기.
Seek me out, girl, and I will grant you knowledge. I can help you gain a better grasp of your book and all the wisdom contained within.
코코르. 적을 상대로 사용할 시 피해를 2배로 준 저주. 슈카 벨루가. 아청꾼 로톤. 레샤 호르베이. 일단 살 건 없어 보이는데? 저주 일단 뺄까? 코카린 숲. 로고보 마을로 가는 길이 이 숲을 지나간다.
Sharp pine trees overhang the road like the legions of demons you've seen in many icons at the Church of the Trinity. You nearly jump. The forest darkness is torn apart by a flaming whirlwind hurtling over the trees.
프로슈카 도움.
Proshka advises you to follow the demon. Could he be the one to blame for Logava's misfortunes?
따라가라고? 따라가기.
You run after the fiery whirlwind. You think that you've lost it, but then see it above the trees again. The chase leads you to Logava village. The fiery omen circles the chimney of one of the houses, and then vanishes.
그냥 공격할 걸 그랬나? 로고보 마을. 알렉산더가 농부 여자아이를 치료하기 위해 찾아갔던 마을이다.
You knock on the door of the Izba, next to which you saw a fiery image vanish. Alexander opens the doors. Inside, the doctor has already prepared the remedies. Among the bottles, you notice several old candles.
I didn't expect you to answer the invitation. But come in. Here is the sick girl.
On a bench under the icons lies an emaciated woman. Her eyes are open, but clearly do not see. She
사망자?
whispers abrupt phrases.
He'll come. He'll be back. He'll be back.
What are you talking about? Who are you waiting for?
Vanya, he's back. I know it.
It seems that this woman is delirious after several sleepless nights.
This Vanya, is he presumed dead?
He's alive. Alive. I've seen him. He's well except for his missing spine.
Her husband was killed in action. The news came not so long ago, they say.
I saw a demon near the village.
That's the tales of Samson. They make you see things.
No, I think evil spirits has a hand in this.
Of course they did.
Don't believe me? I know for sure a demon's at fault. The demon comes to the girl in the image of her dead husband. It drains her of her life force and can lead to her death. What spirit is to blame for her sickness?
코요든 아니면 도모보이가 뭐지? 불뱀, 레시, 로고보 마을? 어라? 아, 얘도 보냈어야 되는데 못 보냈네. 도모보이, 수세드 고 정령의 이름이구나. 도움되는 내용은 없어 보이죠. 도모보이 아니면 콜둔 같은데 도모보이 눌러볼까?
Could a Susiatko be
아,
trying to
틀렸네.
strangle her at night? No. It's more
불뱀?
likely that the fiery snake is at fault. It all fits. The dead man, the visions, the lack of a spine. He must be close right now.
Close? Yes, he's here.
불뱀이라.
Soon my Vanya will come.
병.
When did she fall ill?
The local doctor first wrote to me about her several months ago.
A long time. We won't cure her with words at this point.
불뱀.
There's this type of chort. They take the form of the dead and visit the living. They can also look like their husbands.
초르트를 덮치기.
We need to ambush the chort that's been haunting her. If we get on the stove, he won't notice us. You'll see it with your eyes if you're close.
This is madness.
If we don't do this, the woman will soon follow her husband. No powders will make her better. Besides, they say that educated men like to put everything to the test.
Alexander reluctantly agrees and gets on top of the stove. You don't wait long. Sparks fly out of the mouth of the stove, and out crawls a pale chort with cow's hooves. For a moment, you think you hear Alexander whispering protective zagavers. However, you have no time to think. You need to decide what to do next.
일단 대화를 해봐야겠죠. 다짜고짜 공격하기보단.
Hey, you demon, come again yesterday.
불뱀, 좀비 아니야?
Who's there on the stove?
Why do you torture this girl with a fiery snake? Get out while you still can.
You guessed it.
That's what I think.
That's enough. The stove won't stop me. I'll get you.
The chort turns into a sheaf of sparks. You jump off the stove and draw a circle.
불뱀. 100의 체력. 억눌림. 다음 공격 시 1의 공격의 중 공격을 받을 시 감소. 모든 페이지의 공격 증가. 오, 강한데? 긍정적인 효과가 제거가 될까? (36 데미지) 포르슈카의 방어. 억눌렸죠. 부정적인 효과 지우고 싶은데? 코커르. 적을 상대로 사용할 시 피해를 2배로 줌. 저주.
The chort breaks out with a brilliant flame and disappears into the stove. It won't return to this izba, but it's better for you to prepare for your next encounter with it. You inspect the sick girl. She looks a bit less pale. Her strength is gradually returning to her. Alexander thanks you modestly and prepares to set off. The young man avoids looking at you. It seems his meeting with the demon had a profound effect on him. He reluctantly admits that he whispered some prayers while sitting on the stove.
전신선 삼순의 비서와 마을 장로가 전신선에 있는 곳으로 갔다.
The telegraph wires stretch between the poles like the strings of a giant spindle. The wooden structures look alien, and the grim trees around them seem to glare at them reproachfully. By the road, you notice a couple arguing in a lively manner.
Oh, Lord. How do I even begin my journey there? My lord, I'm scared. Did you hear what they were saying on the station?
I'll show you, scared.
Good evening.
Let God arise, and his foes vanish.
Oh, damn you. Who goes there?
My name is Vasilisa. I'm going to the Ustyorolsk factory.
Good lord. Why are you roaming around at night? We're up to our necks as it is. I'll get this Samson. He scared all the neighborhood.
I'm telling you, I saw it with my own eyes. Under the poles, the tracks are human, and then they turn into hoof tracks. I'm not going there. You go if you need it.
Mind who you're talking to. I'm the monitor.
발자국.
What were those tracks? Perhaps it was some animal.
No animal walks barefoot. When the chief told me about the telegraph, I went over there, and I find this thing. So I ran.
헤어지기?
Well, good luck fixing it. And cheer up.
The factory's over there. You won't miss it.
어라? 다른 것도 물어봐야 되는데? 잠깐만요. 대화 안 되죠? 우스티 보르프 마을. 공장 정착지. 노동자와 공장장의 가족이 산다.
Just before dawn, the village is still, wrapped in icy dew. You're greeted by the whisper of a stream, a breath of damp wind, and the faint song of peasants who stayed up late.
노래 듣기.
The quiet melody restores your powers.
뭐야, 음악 나오고 있는 거야?
You pass the tranquil settlement and go to a crossroads. Looks like some chorts are hiding here.
싸울 준비하기. 외곽 초르트. 3마리죠? 얘를 먼저 처치해야 될 것 같은데. 아버지를 아니야. 카인. (46) 붉은 태양. 방어를 2배로 늘림. 희생. 자신에게 공격 3. 붉은 태양이라. (13장은) 맞춰놓자. 우스티 보르프 공장. 카마강 기슭에 있는 염전. 최근 이곳에 악령이 씌었다는 건 이 근방 사람이라면 누구나 아는 사실이다.
You reach the factory office. They were expecting you, and you soon meet the manager.
Ah, Vasilisa, you're here? Good.
Yes, the Lord surely helped me to get here. You could at least have sent some horses to get me.
It's not that far away.
You really don't know what's been going on? In one village, I had to defeat a fiery snake. In the other village, God knows what's been going on. Demons are cutting the wires.
That's all bad news. If I knew beforehand, I would give the coachman some money for vodka. They also get scared in the dark. Well, I'm sure it will work out. The main thing right now is to figure out what's been going on here at the factory. What's most important is to go on making salt.
반년 전
I've heard that even before the disappearances, there was something strange going on.
People talk.
Can you tell me more about it?
Let bygones be bygones. There was nothing of this sort. No hauntings. The brine went away, so they started talking. It was a long time ago. Nothing to do with the missing men. Besides, the brine is here again.
발생한 일.
Did anything happen while you were gone?
Oh no, everything's fine. Thank God. I feel quite uneasy here at the factory. I'm sure it's some kind of demon.
일하기.
All right, time to get to work. I'll find this factory chort.
Oh, thank you, Vasilisa. I've arranged a room for you. Rest a bit. And get to work. The lads will show you the way.
초르트들과 페스테리. 와, 많이들 임무 환상적으로 마침. 닭들이 병아리를 죽이게 하기. 외눈박이 표드르가 웃고 있군요. 미친 닭들이 새끼를 죽였기 때문이죠. 잔인하구만. 가문 보내기. 당신의 초르트가 밭 한 곳에 오래된 잔lum을 놓아두었습니다. 이제 이곳에는 비가 절대로 내리지 않을 것입니다. 아니 내가 죄를 안 지어도 얘네들 때문에 죄가 쌓이는데 이거 어떡해? 방문객들. 저장.
Wake up, it's done already. Pahom wants you in his office. Are you a new salt carrier? All right, I don't have much time. Don't forget to close the door.
지금 저는 진군이 아니에요. 뭐야? 공장에도 이렇게 가야 돼? 우스티 보르프 공장 사무실. 공장장이 일하는 건물.
The workers that you meet seem to be scared, even in these early hours. You try to start a conversation, but as soon as you mention the disappearances, they cross themselves and quickly scurry away. In the factory office, you meet Pahom.
Vasilisa, come. I'll show you the factory. It's quite big. Quite a fortune we have here. Salt, as you see. But you can go anywhere with me. First, we will visit the pump. Alexei used to work there. Then we will visit the salt oven. Pyotr went missing there. We can go to the storehouse. A demon was seen there that night. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
펌프.
What happened to Alexei in the pump tower?
He was the first to disappear. Happened on the first night we struck Brian. He was working then. Haven't heard of him since. Maybe they will tell you something new in the tower. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
소금 가마.
Tell me about Pyotr, who worked in the salt oven.
He was gathering salt from the Tsirin that night. There wasn't any brine at first, so we started cooking later. They'll tell you more in the salt oven. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
헛간.
What did you see near the salt box?
We tried to track the culprit down. We saw a shadow, but it was foggy that night. Trishka called out to it, and this shadow started thrashing about like a fish. No man moves that way. It was here, by the salt box. We load the salt onto barges here. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
가요.
I understand. Time for me to go.
펌프탑. 이 탑은 악천후로부터 펌프를 보호합니다. 이곳 땅 밑에는 소금물을 얻는 우물이 있습니다.
A tall silhouette of a brine pump tower appears before you. It seems to hang over the factory like a watchtower. A steady hiss of the pump is heard from it.
가까이 가기.
Hey, Ivan, come over here. This is our piping master, an expert in drilling.
Ah, Pahom. Who did you bring?
A Noah from Cherdin. She's going to help us find Alexei.
So that's why her head is uncovered. Huh, a bare-headed witch. Are you out of your mind? Bringing caldons to the factory.
Hey, mind who you're talking to. Show her Alexei's things.
So we've been working here for years, breaking our backs, just so you could bring witches around, right? What are you listening to her for? She probably
사냥받지
doesn't know
못하고 있죠.
anything. Listen, pretty girl. Do you at least know what do we do on this tower?
What is this wooden tower used for?
소금 추출 아니었어? 펌프니까?
The tower protects the pond that lifts the brine from the well.
It may be not such a bad idea, Pahom. The girl is smart. I'll bring Alexei's things now.
The worker brings a bundle in which you find a piece of paper with a clumsy poem written on it.
Your fingers are like salt, your eyes deep as water, your hair is black as tar.
Look at him go.
Who could he have written this about?
Maybe he fell for a salt worker girl.
Huh, I doubt it. He'd write something about salty years then. I don't know, he never taught me anything of this sort. Well, I need to work. You need anything else?
알렉세이.
What can you tell me about the missing guy?
What can I tell? A proper lad. And a smart one. Knows his way around the mechanism. Likes to have a drink, the rascal. Must be drinking with Peter in some pot house. Oh, if I only catch him doing that.
악령들.
They say a demon is carrying off workers. Seen anything odd?
Yeah, a witch walking around the factory. That's what's hot.
Now you tell her what she wants.
I haven't seen anything,
비꼬는 거
all right?
대박인데?
You'll learn for yourself that there aren't no demons here.
펌프탑.
What was Alexei doing in the pump tower the night he disappeared?
I put him there to look after the pump once the brine started flowing. There's nothing else to do there. He must have grown bored and went to the pothouse.
헤어지기.
I see. Thanks for the help.
So what do you think happened to Alexei?
For now, it's unclear. If it had been Chords, they would have killed him on the spot. Maybe the girl from the poem knows something. So, where did he go missing? In the salt oven?
Yes, it's right here, behind the salt box. We will visit it first.
소금 저장고. 소금물을 끓이기 전에 보관하는 곳. 이 이즈반은 굳게 닫혀있다. 악령이 아주 좋아할 만한 곳이다.
On your way to the salt oven, one of the workers calls out to Pahom and starts to question him about the disappearances. While Pahom is busy, you decide to look around.
There's a white track here, as if something was dragged.
소금 저장고.
This bar looks odd.
We don't know what became of him yet. Go do your job.
Wait, Pahom. Tell me one more thing.
You decide to look around while the salt workers are talking.
긁힌 자국.
Well, what do you know? There are huge claw marks on the salty log.
더 이상 앞으로 안 가지죠. 약초. 인디비아. 보호의 힘이 깃들어 있으며 활력을 주는 약초. 심지어 태아에게도 힘을 불어넣어 줄 수 있다. 여기로 올라가야 되나? 계단을? 그건 아닌데? 여기도 약초 있다. 오드렌이여, 내게 물을 준 것도 너를 낳은 것도 내가 아니었지니 어머니 대지께서 너를 낳으시고 머리를 풀어헤친 소녀와 자유로운 영혼의 여인들이 물을 주었도다. 피옵스 1.
Here's a piece of a workman's. There's a white track here. Here's a piece of a workman's shirt. Could it be a body was dragged in here?
Enough already. We need to go and you have work to do.
Wait, we stopped here for a reason.
손톱 자국, 옷 조각. 일단 손톱 자국.
I noticed claw marks on it. The kind only the demons leave behind.
Where? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lord have mercy.
옷 조각.
I found this piece of shirt by the barrels.
Only Alexei had this sword on a button on his clothes.
I need to look inside.
Well, what are you waiting for? Open it.
Listen, Pahom, don't be angry. We've lost the keys.
Well, take some logs away then.
They've salted through heavily.
We need to open it today, before demons kill anyone else.
Do as you're told, while we go visit the salt oven.
소금 팬. 소금물을 끓이는 팬. 물이 증발하고 소금 결정만 남는다.
The salt oven is submerged in unbearably hot shadow. You remember your visit to the underworld during your initiation. You shudder when you take a peek at the red-hot siren.
Hey you! Drop that sack. We want to ask you about Pyotr.
Good day, master.
Did you work with Pyotr? What can you tell me about him?
Well, what can I tell? I don't know. He worked hard, we all do. Well, that's it, really.
1.
What was Pyotr doing here?
Everything, really. Cooked salt, a strong guy. Was good at hauling the sacks from down below. Now that I think about it, he was quite good at hauling salt. You have to have some skill for that. Not a drunkard.
악마.
Have you heard about the demons? Seen anything like that?
Yes, I've heard. Lord protect me. But the Lord is merciful. I haven't seen anything of the sort. Peter used to say that we're here like chorts in hell ourselves.
I'll show you, Chorts. Don't forget who you're talking to.
Oh, forgive me, master. I wasn't thinking.
이상한 것.
Have you seen anything unusual?
Nothing of the sort. We're too busy working. I've heard, though, the other day, Peter was saying that he was going to get married.
How's that? To whom?
Yeah, I thought it strange too. I didn't know anything about him proposing, and here he tells us about this beauty. Black hair, white skin. That's the way he tells it. I think maybe he eloped with her.
갈 시간.
It doesn't look like there are any demons here. I need to search other places.
Well, go on. I'll check up on the salt box. You, lad, come with me. Give me a hand.
It's getting dark. Hurry up your workers.
두 군데가 생겼죠. 저장고. 소금을 보관하는 저장소. 이곳의 소금은 나중에 배에 실어 노브고로드의 장터로 보낸다.
The barn stands like a grim giant. The processed salt is stored here before it is loaded onto barges. Suddenly, in the darkness of the parted gates, you notice a fuzzy figure. You look closer and see that the sun has almost gone over the horizon.
안으로 들어가 볼까? 위험하려나?
The moment you step towards the barn, a demon jumps at you.
싸울 준비하기. 저장고 정령. 두 마리의 마비. 얘는 체력이 높네? 그럼 얘를 먼저 끝낼까? 10초 사용 불가 걸렸고 열여덟. 푸른 돌. 오, 재생. 라운드마다 3 하트 보여.
Forever in the woods! Don't kill me, demon, I beg you!
Demon? I'm often called a witch, but this is a first.
Open your eyes. What kind of Susietka takes a Kowloon for a demon?
So you know the demon that settled in the box? Oh, what a life!
소금 저장고의 토르트.
So you're saying there's a chort in the salt box. Have you seen it?
I haven't, but we all can feel it here. It emerged along with the salt. Now it starts to eat people. Oh, what a life!
당신은 누구죠?
You look like a Susietka. What kind of spirit are you?
I'm a Susietka. There used to be an izba here. Its host forgot to bring me along. Then I started living in the barn when it was built. And the things that have been going on lately.
맙소사.
Oh, what a life.
공격할 필요는 없겠죠? 헤어지기.
I need to go. It's midnight soon. What should I do with you?
정령을 그냥 두기.
You stay here. Keep guard in the barn.
The demon nods and dissolves into darkness.
아, 공격이 공격하는 게 아니고 그냥 물어보는 거였나 봐. 그럼 질문할 걸. 반야, 오래된 반야. 아마 공장보다도 오래되었을 것이다.
You open a door to the factory bathhouse. Inside the old gray building, you feel the presence of evil spirits. You take several steps inside and are immediately surrounded by Bonics.
일단 대화를 합시다.
Not a step closer, demons.
Don't be mad, mistress.
귀엽게 생겼네.
Stay with us, fellow Bannik. We'll live happily and scare the workers now and then.
What? You think I'm an Abdiriha of some kind?
What else? We all sensed a new spirit and saw you the other night walking here in the dark, as if looking for your home. Stay here with us. We'll grant you some gifts.
That would be nice, Vasnik.
Gifts, you say?
야, 선물이라니까 흠칫하네요. 반니크 속이기. 속이는 대신 그 루블, 5루블을 얻는데 근데 죄가 늘어날 것 같아. 사실대로 말하자.
What Bannock? I'm a regular witch.
Really? Well...
야, 악취라니.
Oh yeah, that's right. You reek of life.
향기라고 해줘.
Where's the Bannock we saw before then?
What did she look like? I might be able to help you.
Well, she was pale, long hair, just like Bannock.
I wouldn't call Bannocks pale. I haven't seen yours, but I'm looking for a spirit too.
Point it out to us when you find it. And get out of here. This is no place for the living.
The spirits disappear and leave you in solitude. All you can do is to go on your way.
소금 저장고. 아니네. 여기 있었네. 하나 더.
It is dark now, but the workers are still unable to open the salt box. You see the anxiety in their eyes. Pahom paces around, giving out orders. Seems like he is worried more than the others.
다시 이동 가능한가? 가네. 지금 여행할 수 없습니다. 일단 그냥 지나가자. 깨기풀 먹어야겠죠. 깨기풀은 몇 번 본 적이 있다. 실수로 문이 잠겼는데 보러 온 현자가 깨기풀로 문을 열어주었다.
The workers are trying to break down the door.
Hold us here. Come on. Heave!
I think I know how to open this door. And I think I know what kind of demon haunts you. What evil spirits are to blame for the salt workers' disappearances?
보데노이 아니면 인어인데 보데노이 아니면 인어야. 인어를 눌러볼까? 아니야. 보데노이로 가자.
The factory is close to the
틀렸네?
river. I think a Denoy crawled inside.
Oh, Jesus Christ! As soon as we break down this door, I'll show that evil spirit Russian strength.
그건 인어인가?
Wait, I will whisper over the door.
Step aside. Let the witch do her business.
You mouth the words of a Zagaver and apply the break herb. The door to the salt box opens.
인어네. 맙소사. 머리를 정돈하고 있죠.
Your assumptions proved wrong. There's a rusalka in the salt box. With a quick
루살카.
motion, you draw a circle and plan your next move.
다짜고짜 공격? 대화를 해보자.
What's this ruckus? The moon isn't up yet.
God, so many dead.
Dead? Girl, they just sleeping. Because the moon isn't up yet.
What kind of sleep is she talking about? I smell death all the way from here.
Oh, if you insist, I can wake up my friends.
말하기.
No, wait. Tell me first.
인어.
Why are you here, demon?
I was sent by my father, the Vodinoy. I think he wanted me to find new friends. We'll be very close, forever and ever. Just like a fir and its little branches. Am I right, boys?
The corpses steadily sway in the brine.
살인.
Why? What for? Why did you kill all of these workers?
Killed? They're alive. Alive forever.
소금물.
Why did the brine disappear in the factory? Why did it reappear?
These salt workers are lucky to have a friend as kind as I am. I give them life, love, and wealth. What more could you wish for?
To not to be drowned in brine?
I knew you wouldn't understand. What kind of demon are you anyway?
인어 제거하기.
That reminds me. I need to break a water seal. Your soul could prove useful.
Oh, what a pity. And I wanted to propose eternal life to you. You are very sweet. I think you and I are quite alike.
You pull out a comb that you found by the river on your way to the factory.
That's right. We are alike. Even our combs are identical.
Where did you get that witch? I'll pry this comb from your dead hands.
소금 저장고 루살카. 주인이죠. 인어의 친구들. 더 많은 악령들을 소환. 체력이 200이야. 소환했죠, 하수인. 귀엽게 생겼네. 갈망 뭐야? 자신의 차례 읽을 수 있는 명령 계속 감소. 이런.
Bothering me and my Swordswalker friends. Don't fret. This won't take long.
약초? 뭐야? 체력 회복했어?
You damned witch!
We'll see about that. I've bitten bigger foes.
회복?
You won't get me with your foul sorcery. My father protects me. And without me, there won't be salt or eternal life.
The Rusalka dives into the brine and disappears. The drowners crumple lifelessly, seemingly intent on staying dead this time. Silence is all around you. You hear the sounds of a door opening behind you. Pahom found the courage to get the salt box. He's holding an icon.
Let God arise and his foes vanish.
That's it. I've banished the Rusalka.
Oh, thank God. Thank you, Vasilisa.
Too early to celebrate. She's gone, but she took all the brine with her. Get the horses ready. We need all Yegor's advice. Well, what are you waiting for? Be quick about it. We need to hurry.
Oh, right this moment.
초르트들과 페스텔이 2마리. 임무 실패. 군인의 영리한 아이가 초르트의 수작을 간파했습니다. 악마는 털이 그슬리고 감정이 상해 돌아왔습니다. 죄가 4야? 악마의 저주에 걸린 상인은 손을 못 쓰게 됐습니다. 기나긴 밤 동안 기도를 한 끝에 겨우 당신의 초르트를 물리쳤지요. 죄가 2. 나 뭐 레벨업 한 거 있나요? 없죠. 방문객들.
Come in, Pahom. We need to think about what to do next.
You share the events at the factory.
She even escaped your Zagavars. Only powerful evil spirits are able to do that. I think someone is protecting her.
This demon scared the entire factory. Even after you chased her away, the haunting continues. Some workers saw shadows in the barn. God damn them. But what should we do next? Can't we get the brine back?
We can think of something. We also need the water demons.
But Rusalka mentioned her father. Who could she be talking about?
Rusalka? Christ almighty, God help us. She mentioned her father?
Well, it's clear to me.
The Vodyanoi becomes father to all evil spirits of the water. Vakul is the one we need to go to.
물의
The
최고
salt
정령.
worker grows pale.
Vakul? So the Vodyanoi has something to do with it.
What did you think? You may not have dealt with him with your factory, but maybe you should have. Millers, for instance, all deal with him.
At the factory, I was doing fine with the Vodyanoi that I had.
Whether you were or not, the small Vodyanois are gone. This one has outsmarted them and now rules everywhere. The small ones all went into hiding, and you can't find them now. You can meet him in Hell's Lake. Pahom, go back. You can't do anything now. And you, Vasilisa, get going. Got it?
바쿨.
What do you know about the Vodyanoi?
A powerful chort, and an old one. People say he was here before Christ, and remembers the old times. He has an underwater palace, but he may speak to you on the lake.
봉인.
Will you break the seal for me?
Try to convince him. I told you, you won't find any other Vodyanois here. He's hard to convince, though, and I don't know if you'll be able to take him into battle. You're still weak.
지옥의 호수.
What kind of lake is that?
The Permians call it Vatti. It means swampy lake. It's deep. One chort tried to measure it and lost a rope. The Russians renamed it after the hunting started. If you ask me, Hell's Lake is quite a fitting name.
갈 시간.
I see. I'll get ready.
Well, be careful out there with him. If you strike a bargain with him, stick to it. If something goes wrong, don't panic. You have your black book. God be with you.
가면 되겠죠? 책상인. 이 이상한 사람은 가끔 이고르 할아버지에게 자고보르를 팔았다.
You have goosebumps. a sign of a devilish presence. You look around. Your only companion is humming among the silence. Suddenly, a dark figure steps out from the shade. It is a scribe, a Zagavr dealer.
Be wise and go forth. Knowledge will serve as your daily bread.
작업으로 구매. 뭐가 있을까? 피불탐, 견고한 칼, 미카의 보여보다. 상태 효과가 있는 적이 있을 경우 방어 페이지가 2배의 효과를 가지고. 오근의 미사. 베르흐니 온일. 지옥의 호수 동쪽에 있는 작은 어촌. 이곳 사람들은 다들 적어도 한 번씩은 인어를 본 적이 있다고 한다.
The sun is setting when you see the village of Verkhny Onil. You pick up the pace. You need to get to Hell's Lake before dawn.
주민들에게 묻기.
The villagers show you the shortest route to the lake, warning you about the dangers on the road.
소나무숲. 지옥의 호수의 늪지대는 오래된 소나무 숲으로 둘러싸여 있다.
Pale moonlight falls on rotten and broken trees. You feel the presence of leshis or some other evil spirits.
래쉬에게 허락 구하기.
You whisper a ritual formula
체력
and
떨어졌어.
step into the glade. Suddenly, chorts fly from all over. The detritus seems to be their doing. Chorts wound you before you have time to draw a circle.
싸울 준비하기. 숲트루트. 3마리죠. 얘를 먼저 일단 끝내야겠다. (39면) 얘 끝날 것 같은데? 슈카벨루가 견고한 칼, 바닥 입히, 적의 효과만큼 공격을 입힘? 괜찮을 것 같은데? 베르흔의 추구름스크 늪. 이 늪은 있기가 어찌나 무성한지 땅에 일부만 묻힌 거대한 짐승의 등처럼 보인다. 망코온타에 대한 이야기를 들은 적이 있는데 혹시 이게 망코온타는 아닐까?
A pine tree, cracked by lightning, stands by the edge of a swamp. You know that lightning can be useful, and come closer. The tree is blackened and split in two. Strangely, the air is still filled with the smell of a thunderstorm. Your search soon bears fruit. You find a thunderstone.
돌 챙기기.
You pluck the stone from inside
천둥화살.
charred pine.
이 페룬의 돌을 손에 쥐면 강력한 힘을 얻으니 이 돌을 지닌 자는 악마도 불운도 두려워할 필요가 없다. 효과 강화. 축복 플러스 1. 당신은 새까맣게 탄 소나무에서 돌을 끄집어낸 후 길을 재촉합니다. 스케테, 이곳에 은둔 중인 수도사가 산다고 들은 적이 있다.
You enter the serene, piney woods. Soon after, you find the source of light. There is an old izba amongst the trees, leaning comfortably on a branching pine. With a quiet squeak, the door opens, and a hermit welcomes you.
I have never thought a witch would come and visit me.
Why do you think I'm a witch?
I feel evil spirits a mile away.
You're calling me an evil spirit?
Come on, don't be mad. Could Providence bring you here? Have a rest. I've put the samovar on and lit it with juniper branches. I have a request to you.
차 마시기.
All right, bring your tea.
You drink the tea and rest a bit.
오, 체력 복구. 부탁.
What's your request?
I think you can handle it. Some hunters recently passed by here, but they never left, even after the ice drift. I followed them. Their camp isn't far from here. Their things are all in disarray, as if they never left in the spring. But there's no sign of them. I felt evil spirits there, but I haven't seen anyone. Please, find where the demons kidnapped them.
동의하기.
Camp is to the south, you say. I may drop by to find out what happened to them.
보조 임무. 은둔자에 대해서.
So I might be a witch, but who are you?
I'm a hermit, and this is my skeet. I live here, far from worldly things, and serve God. There's plenty of holy saints, and the simple folk have plenty of troubles. So I pray here for the holy spirits to help our people with their troubles. I hope they can hear me.
떠나기.
Show me the way.
Listen, witch. Try to get off this road. There's nothing but trouble for you at its end.
여긴가 보다. 사냥꾼의 야영지. 운둔자가 말하길 이곳에 사냥꾼의 야영지가 있었다고 합니다.
You follow the directions of the hermit and soon come to a clear glade. You notice fir branches and a gap fire. It's clear that the hunters camped here.
The gap fire has almost completely burned out. No one leaves fires like this behind in the forest.
사냥꾼의 물건.
Some of the hunters' things are still scattered about here. You manage to find one of their clumsily written diaries and a small pouch with silver rubles.
일기 읽기.
It's difficult to make out anything from the illiterate scrawlings of a peasant. They consist mainly of hunting observations and notes. Your attention is drawn to a strange passage. February. Old man knocked on the door. Frozen. Started dying during the night. Suffered long. Maybe a Khaldoon. Died only in the morning. Would be better if I took down the main beam. February later. Going home soon. Bad sleep at night. Something makes noise in the dark. Scary. February later. Yvonne disappeared at night. Going home. Everyone scared. This is the last entry.
루블 가져가도 되나? 루블 가져가기.
You take the old pouch.
잘 쓰겠습니다. 녹슨도끼.
The axe is covered in rust. A hunter would never leave behind a thing like that.
더 이상 없잖아. 흔적.
Tracks. They glow blue. Some chort has been here. I can follow them.
약초. 콜류카. 콜류카는 성 베드로의 금식 기간 동안 채집하곤 하며 화살에 이 약초를 태운 연기를 쐬면 표적이 반드시 명중합니다. 이쪽이 길이 아닌가? 약초. 베드로의 십자가.
might be the one who carried the hunters away.
데려갔다는데 여기서 더 이상 안 가죠. 나가서 여기서 길이 생긴 것 같은데? 악마의 흔적이 이 사냥 창고로 이어져 있습니다. 지금 여행할 수 없습니다.
You've found traces of the evil spirits, and now can go searching for the missing hunters.
갈 시간이다. 악마의 흔적이 이 사냥 창고로 이어져 있습니다.
A foul silence hovers over the shed. You take a step and wince. A dry branch under your foot breaks with a loud crack, like a dry bone. The rotten stairs lead inside. You notice a sweet stench.
안으로 들어가기. 뭐야? 에레트님. 체력이 200? 주인이네? 저기 체력을 잃으면 20 회복. 영혼 단계기. 체력이 20을 흡혈한다고? 맙소사. 와, 20이야 데미지가? 장난 아니다. 와, 28이나 들어 공격. 와, 약초 한번 쓰자. 흡혈. 재생 아니야. 딜로 끝내. 63. 견고한 칼, 피불탐.
The Eretnik collapses lifelessly. It seems to be a Khaldun that's been buried improperly. With a heavy heart, you cut the tendons on his feet and leave him for the crows to feast. He won't be able to walk among the living now. You remember the hunter's notes. It seems like the dead man took vengeance on the peasants for his violent death. No one inherited his knowledge or tried to relieve his suffering by dismantling the Izba's ceiling. You sigh and hope that when your time comes, you will not meet the same fate.
지옥의 늪. 호수 주변 지역은 종종 물에 잠기며 이로 인해 늪이 생겨났습니다.
A foul stream runs through the swamp. You notice two figures sitting on a stone beside it. Through the silence of the night, you hear cold laughter and a
인어
muted
아니야?
conversation.
가까이 가기.
The transfixed fisherman watches the rusalka that coils around him with glassy eyes. The claws of the spirit glisten in the moonlight. This is a recent acquaintance of yours. She jumps when she notices you. As soon as the demon looks away, the peasant comes to his senses. His eyes clear up and he flees in horror.
You again, witch. Feeling jealous of my boys? Sure you are. After all, they're all fine lads.
소금물.
Tell me, where did you hide the brine from the factory?
Oh, witch. I have no time to answer your silly questions. But some of my old friends do. Have fun!
The rusalka dives into the river, laughing.
익사체들. 구식. 레샤 호르베이. 불타는 약초. 악마들에게 죽음을. 체력을 읽을 때마다 2증가? 레벨업했나? 예. 지옥의 호수. 이곳을 할아버지가 말씀하신 호수다. 이곳은 세계 사이의 경계가 희미하기 때문에 다양한 악령이 자주 출몰한다.
You effortlessly find the fisherman's camp. The peasants have already built a fire and are preparing for a night of fishing.
Oh, Christ almighty! What are you doing here? I thought the Rusalka had returned to spoil our nets again. There's no water dripping from your dress, though.
Good evening. I'm looking for a boat to get me to the lake.
Are you out of your mind, girl? How did your Balshak let you out of the house in the first place?
I am not out of my mind, actually. I need to get to the center of the lake to talk to the Vodyanoi.
Vodyanoi? We've already caught some fish. Why don't you go on your own way?
구출한 낚시꾼.
You don't have time to object. A fisherman that you saved from the Rusalka comes out of the forest and falls at your feet.
Thank you, kind lady.
After his tale, the rest of the fishermen agree to
다행이네.
help you in any way they can.
Oh, thanks, girl. Didn't know you were a knower. Step into that boat as soon as you're ready. We'll get you to where you need to be.
그럼 뭐 바로 타죠.
You can get on a boat and set off to the meeting with the Vodyanoi.
잠깐만. 저기 뭐 약초 있는 것 같은데? 맨드레이크.
You can get on a boat and set off to the meeting with the Vodyanoi.
아무것도 안 보이죠? 밑에 고래야?
You come to your senses at the bottom of the lake and take a sharp, panicked breath. You seem to be able to breathe in the water as if it was air. A cry of amazement echoes dully across the silty lake bed. A familiar Rusalka swims up to you from the inky depths.
Well, what do you know? A witch in Vakul's kingdom.
I haven't been underwater for a long time. You alive, Vasilisa?
How do you like your hospitality, sister?
I can breathe here. How is this possible?
You're a knower. You need at least some knowledge for swimming, and the especially knowledgeable are able to walk underwater.
바쿨.
Has Vakul been expecting me?
Well, he knows quite a bit.
Can you guide me to him?
I can. I don't hold a grudge towards you.
소금.
Did you take the brine?
Vakul is the one who manages everything that's in the water, the salt as well. I'm just a Rusalka.
루살카.
You again. Why don't I deal with you right now?
Here? In my home? Besides, who would guide you to Vakul? You won't make it here without me.
가자.
All right. Let's go talk to your Vakul.
You should be more polite. You're in his domain after all. Follow me. First, we'll go to the village through the forest, and then from the Drowners Circle, it won't take us long.
Stop! Don't swim so fast!
Keep up, witch!
해초숲. 빌 고르트 근처에 있는 곳만큼이나 무성한 숲이다.
You can hardly keep up with the Rusalka swimming in the murky water. Soon, a wall of seaweed appears before you. Your guide dives into the thicket and disappears among the underwater trees. You hesitantly follow her. Suddenly, a drowner from the dark appears, accompanied by a couple of chorts.
싸울 준비하기. 어두컴컴한 정령. 두 마리의 얜 체력이 강하고 얘를 그러면 일단 처리를 해야겠죠. 이게 40이면 이게 45네? 이게 더 세네? 이건 나중에 광역기로 쓰면 되겠다. 미카엘 보예보다. 모래바닥, 익사하는 줄 알았다. 아무래도 나는 물속에서도 바깥에서처럼 숨을 쉴 수 있는 듯하다.
You go on your way through the river grass. After some time, you walk into a glade dotted with river shells. The white mollusk shells gleam mysteriously, like stars frozen still on the riverbed. One of the shells catches your attention. It emanates an ancient, enchanted power.
조개죽기. 민물조개. 페르메 토착민 사이에서는 민물조개는 원래 신의 귀였다는 전설이 전해져 내려온다. 첫 번째 차례의 방어 7을 부여. 좋은데? 모든 페이지 1증가. 7 부여. 5 부여를 빼고 7로 가자. 물속마을. 바쿨은 이곳의 가장이고 익사체들은 그를 위해 일한다.
On the outskirts of the underwater forest, you notice a village. You witness a strange, weird semblance of life. The chimneys are emitting silt, and drowners go about their business. The dead don't seem to care about you. Through the windows of one of the izbas, you notice the silhouettes of household spirits.
프로슈카 도움.
Proshka asks around about life here and tells you what he learned. As it turns out, the Vodyanoi keeps serfs, just like a real nobleman. The Vodyanoi's peasants are all drowners, though. You pass by the last of the dead men's houses. On the edge of the village, your old acquaintance, the Rusalka, is waiting for you.
A fine guide you are. I was nearly torn apart by chorts in that grass.
What's a couple of chorts to such a renowned knower? Besides, there's no such thing as a safe path over here. And for my friends, I choose the safest possible.
Friends? I don't even know your name.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. My name is... I don't remember. What's wrong with me? Why can't I remember?
Wait! I can't keep up with you!
The Rusalka swims away into the pitch-black depths.
묘지. 익사체들은 꽤 오랜 시간을 살아가지만 영원히 존재하는 건 아니다. 일부는 물고기에 먹히고 일부는 고된 노동으로 인해 완전히 죽음을 맞이한다.
You find a cemetery next to the sunken village. The crosses are broken, eaten away by worms. You carefully step on the dead grass that covers the cemetery soil. Your skin starts to crawl. The chorts are near.
곡물 가져가면 또 죄가 늘어나겠죠? 초르트들을 쫓기.
You bravely venture into the middle of the cemetery and draw a circle. The demons appear soon after. Black figures step out from the darkness around you.
싸울 준비하기. 보스묘지. 3마리야? 공격은 평범하네요. (54면) 견고한 칼, 끈끈한 프리조르, 굽거나 저주일 모든 적, 아청꾼 로톤. 익사체의 원. 망자는 원을 그리며 걷는다. 왜 그런 걸까? 인어가 그건 알려주지 않았다. 뭐야? 얜 또 왜 이래? 이름 기억 안 난다고. 약초. 베드로의 십자가.
Get out of here, witch! Go search for your botinoi on your own!
So this is how you keep your promises.
What were you expecting? I'm a demon. I don't care. I don't even remember my own name.
이름.
You don't? Well, it figures. You became a demon, so you lost your human name.
Became a demon?
Sure. Bakul didn't tell you? Well, why would he?
I used to be the same as you.
Well, if you'd been a nowhere, you wouldn't have drowned.
I want to remember the past me. Before all of this.
일단 다른 질문을 해볼까?
Yes, that's great and all, but tell me.
익사체.
Why do the dead walk in circles here?
The Vodinoi told me he put these 7 here to walk clockwise. As a testament to the old times.
성상.
What are these idols here?
Sorcery of some kind. Who's the witch here anyway?
You don't? Well, it
became a deep.
Sure.
Well, if you'd been. I want to remember the past me.
도와주기.
I can help. Is there anywhere you're afraid to swim?
There is. Something that's sunk beyond the fishing nets.
Let's go there. Bakul can wait.
Yes. Let's hurry. What's your name, witch?
Vasilisa.
갈 시간.
It's time to go. Lead on.
Yes, let's hurry for the sleigh, Vaisa. It's not as scary with you.
주변을 둘러보기. 뭐야 이건? 뭔가 퍼즐 같은 게 있죠?
7 drowners are walking in circles around some idols.
성상이 뭘까?
Vaisa, hurry to that sleigh.
갈 시간.
It's time to go. Lead on.
Yes, let's hurry for the sleigh, Vaisa. It's not as scary with you.
낚시꾼의 그물. 낚시꾼이 그물을 설치해놨다. 라이도는 그 낚시꾼들일지도 모른다.
There are 2 drowners in the fishing nets. They untangle and tear the strings, freeing the lake dwellers stuck inside. The dead are distracted by their work and pay no attention to you.
부르기.
Who's there? Who?
머리가 벗겨진.
Don't stick your nose in others' business.
We do what we want here. Some bloated stiffs can't boss us around. Isn't that right, Vaisa?
Well, yes, but tell me, what are you doing with the nets?
Tearing and cutting. We're spoiling them. Shut your mouth. It's not any business of theirs. Don't go telling them that the Vodinoi sent us.
The Vodinoi send you to spoil the fishing nets?
The nets. The fishermen don't sew them, nor do they carry them. What are you telling them that for?
She doesn't have to know that the master Vodinoy
얘는 영리한 거야,
is
멍청한 거야?
happy with the fisherman.
다 알려주고 있죠.
It's none of your business, Vange. Ya hear?
What an idiot!
속이기.
That's great. The Vodinoy sent us to relieve you.
Oh, yeah, right. You can go back.
Oh, wonderful.
Wait a minute. If you were really
역시
sent
영리해.
by the Vodinoy, surely you'd know his Perman name. What is it?
The droner wants to know the Permian name for a Vodinoy.
바쿠라 아니야? 페름 보다노이. 페름 보다노이. 안 적혀있네. 바쿨로 가자.
He's a water chord. Vakul.
Right.
All right. Looks like you're telling the truth. Guess we're off back to Vakul's palace.
The dead men swim into the dark. In the tangled nets they discarded, you find a couple of gold coins, which you pocket.
가라앉은 썰매. 여기 통나무가 잔뜩 있다. 물에 떨어진 것은 뭐든 이곳으로 오는 모양이다. 약초. 맨드레이크.
The sleighs are used in winter time. Maybe this is the sleigh on which this Rusalka drowned.
여기서 죽었나 보네.
There's someone's skulls here. Does it belong to the sleigh driver or to that Rusalka? It looks like a cemetery for boats, logs, and the like. There's something on the surface. A maelstrom, perhaps.
These sleighs give me chills. Have you found anything?
가자.
It's time to go to the Vodinoy.
Let's go. I know the way.
인어의 이름. 야, 인어의 이름 알아냈어? 여기서 좀 더 조사해야 되나? 상자.
Next to the sunken sleigh lies a broken chest. You search its contents, and amid the rotten fabrics, you find a well-preserved photo and a pendant.
펜던트.
It is an elegant thing, with precious jewels. There is some writing on the back. Yevdokia. Could that be her name?
사진.
Miraculously, the photograph is in excellent condition. There is writing on the
설마
back.
딸인가요?
E&P Frolovs.
팝콤의 딸인가요? 맙소사. 직무의 뒤지기.
At the bottom of the chest, you find several coins.
정체를 알았죠.
These sleighs give me chills. Have you found anything?
펜던트.
I found a pendant. Could it be yours? There's a name on the back. Yevdokia.
Could be. A beautiful thing.
You can keep it if you want.
사진.
I found a photo. It's of a girl who looks like you.
That is me. And who is that?
Pahom, a salt worker. It says here you have the same family name. Is he a relative?
Maybe.
아버지 아니야?
I don't remember. I can't remember.
아, 안타깝죠. 이름.
There's your portrait on the photo, and the first letter of the name on the pendant, Yevdokia. That's your name, Rusalka.
Yevdokia. Yes, that's my name. I think I'm starting to remember. Pahom is my father.
And you came back to the factory to kill the workers? At your own factory?
I was sent by the Vodinoi. I didn't know. Lord, my memory is like murky water. I have to get out of here. I don't belong in the dead man roundelays. Let go. Let me go.
Stop! You'll die up there in the morning. Or you'll be driven off by the cross. We'll ask Vakul about this. It's time to go to the Vodinoi.
Let's go. I know the way.
수중 동굴. 이 동굴은 보데노이의 영역 안쪽으로 이어진다.
The Rusalka guides you to the mouth of the cave. Before you take another step, she stops you with a slight touch of her icy hand.
Vasya, stop! That bike lives in this hole.
So you led me into a trap?
No. Well, perhaps it is a sort of a trap. But for now, I don't want this fish to eat you.
Can't we go around it?
The way to the Vakul palace is through this hole.
Then, when the fish comes out, strike it with your claws. It won't expect it. I'll finish it off with Zagovors.
All right, Vasya.
뭐야? 동료가 되었죠? 너, 내 동료가 되라. 와. 강꼬치 고기. 오, 동치 봐. 350. 라운드마다 14. 체력 재생. 체력 재생했죠. 50 공격? 맙소사. 장난 아닌데? 재생 말고 명령을 키우자. 51. 이 턴 남았어. 50 공격 들어온다. 어차피 못 죽여. 그러니까 체력을 한 턴 남았죠. 다음 한 번의 공격으로부터 받는 모든 공격 흡수. 이거 괜찮을 것 같아. 오드랭. 근데 여기서 쓸 바에는 갖다 파는 게 낫지 않을까? 아니야, 한번 쓰자. 근데 지금 턴에 쓰는 게 맞나? 피해 흡수. 그렇지, 흡수 끝났고 아, 좋은 아이템이야. 와, 데미지 봐. 강꼬치 고기 이빨. 좋아요.
The pike falls on the river silt with a hiss. In a moment, it disappears, as if it's never been there. A rusalka swims out of the seaweed and points you into the depths of the pike cave. Inside the cave, you realize that you're exhausted. You need to find a place to camp.
하룻밤 자기. 초르트들과 페스테리, 얘네들 관리해줘야 돼. 벼룩과 바퀴벌레 보내기. 동네에 곤충떼가 몰려왔습니다. 집을 태워버릴까 고민하는 평민들도 생겼죠. 악마의 저주에 걸린 상인은 손을 못 쓰게 됐습니다. 기나긴 밤 동안 기도를 한 끝에 겨우 당신이 초르트를 물리쳤지요. 초르트는 평민의 집 근처에 폭우를 내렸습니다. 집에 물이 넘치면서 가재 도구가 많이 망가졌습니다. 농부의 텃밭에 있는 뿌리를 부패로 물들이기. 텃밭이 황무지로 변합니다. 이 농부는 가을의 수확을 기대하지 못하겠군요. 유부남의 아내의 친구를 좋아하게 만들기. 아버지가 바람을 피운다는 것이 밝혀지자 가족은 사이가 틀어졌습니다. 뭐야, 대화를 해야 되나? 더 이상 갈 데 없잖아.
Rest a bit, Vasa. We still have one day of travel.
보데노이.
I do think the Vodinoi sent you as my guide.
I think he sensed your power, but he didn't tell me this.
What kind of demon is he anyway?
The Vodinoi has been ruling over the local rivers and lakes for a long time. He was here long before the new god. His palace is at the very depths of the Bluestone. His riches are immeasurable. Ushkuiniks brought him sacrifices as well as millers, fishermen, beekeepers. Everyone who works near the river or a lake has to deal with the Vodinoi. Us two drowners.
길.
How far is it to the palace?
Not far. Rest a bit now, and then we'll get to it.
This road looks old. Vakul also has complete economy here, with villagers and everything.
The drowners that have been here a long time are saying that this road used to be sacred. Each night, the old gods used to walk it. Now everything's changed to the new rules, and that's why Vakul is angry.
에브도키아.
What do you remember from your past?
I remember my father. He brought me up by himself. I remember very little. Nothing else comes to mind.
Don't worry, Evdokia. You'll remember.
Oh, Vasya, who knows? I'm dead, aren't I? What was I doing, Lord Almighty? What will happen to me now? We, the dead, know only one thing. It's better to be alive.
나중에 얘기하기. 바로 가면 되겠죠? 물속 숲. 또 다른 물속의 숲이다. 지상의 숲과 매우 비슷하다.
An eel emerges from the seaweed, followed by a burbot. After several moments, you are surrounded by a swarm of eels and burbots that move through the seaweed as a huge herd. You soon notice the shepherds. Several drowners with paddles direct the group to a destination known only to them.
부르기.
The drowners stop the fish to talk to you. It turns out that this school of fish was part of a wager that some Vodyanoi lost to Vakul in a game of cards. They are from a river near the Church of the Trinity. Now the dead are steering this herd through the domain of the local evil spirits. After this conversation, you understand evil spirits a little bit better.
동굴 묘지. 보데노이의 방으로 가는 길은 지하 묘지를 통과한다. 보데노이는 손님을 그리 반기는 정령들이 아니다. 수천 개의 무덤들.
An old grave. Can't make out the name. What happens to the drowners when their gulbets rots entirely?
우의 지도 묘지? 뭐야? 아. 일단 돌아가서 대화를 하자.
I heard this is where Vakul collects the graves of his victims. As soon as anyone drowns, a gulbets grows here.
이름.
We could perhaps find your name here.
I didn't even think of looking here. I want to go home now, to the surface.
The Vodyanoi may agree to let you go. I'll have to think this through. I'll go take a look at the grave.
I feel a kind of kinship with that gulbets over there. No, I won't approach it.
동굴.
What's that cave over there?
It belongs to the Vodyanoi. Dead men are forbidden to go there. I can show it to you, though. You're not dead yet.
보조임무가
Wait,
떴죠?
I forgot something here.
잘못 눌렀네.
I heard this is where Vakul collects the graves.
Enough rummaging in the cemetery. Enough rummaging at the cemetery.
Are you ready to continue on?
떠나.
Yes, show me the way.
소금 동굴. 잠깐. 여기 나가는 길이 있지 않았어? 인어골베츠.
You find the grave the Rusalka pointed out and wipe away the cold silt from the wooden tablet. Indeed, it is the grave of Pahom's daughter. Near the grave, you find Yevdokia's old cross.
십자가 가져가기. 인어의 십자가. 온통 녹슬고 끈적끈적한 물질로 뒤덮인 철 십자가. 전투 시작 시 4수호. 이게 다 누구 무덤이지? 제작사인가? 어디까지 갈 수 있나 한번 가볼까요? 소금 동굴. 묘지 서쪽에 있는 지하 동굴. 보데노이가 그곳에 어떤 비밀을 감추고 있을까? 베드로의 십자가.
This cave feels old, as if this crawl space leads to the underworld.
This cave is closed to the dead. Vakul doesn't allow it.
Will you go there with me?
He'll let you out. I'm not sure about me.
동굴.
So no one's ever been in this cave?
They say a drowner entered it, but Vakul punished him later. He ate him, I think.
명령.
Why do you think he forbids entrance?
Maybe he keeps treasure here. Maybe he put some monster inside to keep an eye on it.
Talk later.
뭔가 낙서가 있죠?
All the walls used to be decorated here, but now it's all been washed off. Some kind of a bear or a moose. Can't make out.
상자.
Some pieces of copper are lying in the chest. Are they badges or something?
동굴 안으로.
Rays of light lead the way into the depths of the cave.
동굴 내부. 좁은 공간이 이 동굴의 어두컴컴한 안쪽으로 이어진다.
The winding paths lead you to a huge altar. Who and how performed services here? You stop in hesitation.
기도. 동전을 조금 던질까?
A drawing that appeared on the wall looks more recent than the others. It depicts a lizard-like pike. You think you've seen an image like that, but wasn't it a bear? You return from your thoughts to the present moment when you notice a sudden blue flash. A silver mask lies on the altar.
나는 이런 선택지가 가장 어려워. 가져가면 불이익을 받을 것 같은데, 근데 자꾸 가져가라는 내 마음속의 선택이 가져가야겠죠.
You brush the dust off the ancient mask and exit the cave.
전투가 끝날 때 추가 5루블. 오래전에는 망자의 얼굴을 가릴 때 이런 가면을 사용하곤 했다. 당신은 고대 가면에 덮인 먼지를 털어내고 동굴을 나옵니다. 궁전 관문. 옛날 동화에서는 보데노이의 궁전으로 들어가는 관문이 수정으로 만들어졌다고 나와 있다. 현실은 전혀 그렇지 않다.
The Rusalka finally leads you to the Vodinoi's palace gates. They're guarded by two watchmen who, as it seems, are unable to find common ground in an argument.
No, I cursed and cursed.
얘네들 바보 형제들.
You can't even talk straight, not to mention tear some nets. He's mad because of you.
Oh, Rusalka.
You again, my little friends. I'm leading the nowhere to Vakul, as he told me to.
Uh-huh. You're the ones who kept us from tearing the nets properly. Get out of here!
Maybe we can just swim over them?
We can't. There's sorcery here. There's only one entrance to the palace.
공격. 설득하기.
Listen, dead man. Vakul called me here himself, and if you won't let me pass, he'll be even angrier.
Even angrier?
Precisely. So move, why don't you?
Wait. We have an order. Only let the knowers in. So, if you're a knower, you should be able to answer this riddle of ours.
동의하기.
Very well. I'm good at these sort of things.
It purrs and purrs, but won't pour out. It runs and runs, but won't run out.
It pours and pours, but won't pour out. It runs and runs, but won't run out.
강... 대화? 대화? 피? 대화? 강 같은데?
It's a river. I've heard more difficult ones.
Well, that's correct. All right, go through. But how? Your riddle is to blame.
You leave the angry drowners and go on your way.
아련실역. 보덴웨이의 방과 무척 가깝다.
The interior of the Vajinoy's palace doesn't look like old fairy tales. There are old planks instead of the crystal walls, and the place is overgrown with river grasses. You open your book in anticipation. You never know what kind of pests might be hiding in the old palace. Your vigilance pays off. A couple of chorts step out from the darkness.
싸울 준비하기. 궁전 초르트. 3마리죠. 니콜라우스와 게오르기우스. 경건함. 오근의 비사. 자신에게 견고한 칼. 글쎄 어느 게 나을까? 통달함. 공격이 8이야 근데 세긴 하다. 성문. 아련실 근처에 오래된 성문이 있다.
Near the empty gatehouse, you find a huge herd of cows. Among the animals walks an exhausted peasant. He notices you and rushes over to you.
까마귀?
Christ almighty, immortal man. She's alive and not haunted.
Be careful not to crush the witch. Oh, I will drag you even further.
A witch? I should have known. There's no other Christian soul around here except for mine. This is where I die.
도움을 주기.
Don't be so quick to write me off as a spirit. I can help you if you need me to.
You can? Praise the Lord. Thank you. Thank you.
But it won't be that easy to get you out. I think we should order a prayer. Then Vakul will let you go himself.
Take it. Here's the money I've made here.
오 예.
I am from Nekrasova village. Find my wife there. They've been searching for me. They'll order a prayer, I'm sure of it.
All right. I'll find your wife if I pass through there. Don't lose hope.
The moved peasant catches a tear trickling from his eye and bows deeply before you.
근데 소들은 왜? 보덴웨이의 방. 이곳에서 바쿨과 만날 것이다. 즉시 봉인을 풀어줄 수 있어야 할 텐데. 얘는 바보 형제들.
The treasures of the Vodyanoi consist of all sorts of things. Silver and gold coins, icon frames studded with precious stones. There aren't any icons in the icon frames.
야, 보물 가져가도 돼? 안 될 것 같은데?
While looking at this corpse, Vakul sold it. You'd never know that this is how he makes new drowners.
So that's how drowners come to be.
Unless I announce you to the Vodyanoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
보데노이.
What can you tell me about him?
He's old, has his quirks. He's winning today, so he should be in a good mood. Listen, if he offers you gold, don't take it. Ask for fish scales instead.
생선비는?
It's all different here in this world. It's not like what people are used to. Unless I announce you to the Vodyanoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
준비됐어.
Yes, bring him in.
Year after year, it's getting worse and worse. So you threw some coins on the old altar. You're not a simple girl. You can solve riddles, but that's only half of it. It means you speak the language of spirits.
야, 이 정도면 내가 상대할 레벨이 아닌데?
Greetings, Vodyanoi grandfather. My name is Vasilisa.
I know your name. I know of everything in my kingdom. Do you think I couldn't get you this very moment unless I really wanted to? I wanted to see what kind of a human you are. You've been helping others. Found out the name of Rusalka. I don't approve of that. You have no business taking my servants away. Well, what brings you here?
I wanted to ask you,
염전.
what's been going on at the salt factory? Did you send the Rusalka and take the brine?
I have this acquaintance of mine. Demidov is his name. Do you know what he did when he built his factory? He threw a glove into the water. Then he took out the other glove, cut out 3 fingers of it, and threw it also into the water. Do you know why?
Demidov threw a glove into the water. Why is this?
글쎄? 화가 나서? 아니, 재물 아니면 부적 같은데? 보다는 뭐 내용이 없죠. 재물 아니면 부적이야. 재물? 재물? 재물로 가자.
He promised you a living human sacrifice.
Good job. I can see it's no accident that you can breathe underwater. Did you guess the number of lives?
1 glove, followed by another one with 3 fingers cut off.
8? 손가락 3개를 잘랐잖아. 장갑 하나에 잘랐으니까 빼야 되나? 그럼 7이잖아.
5 finger on 1 glove and 2 on the other. He promised you 7 offerings.
Correct, witch. You certainly do have knowledge. 7 drowned. Later, I'll put them to work in a circle to remember the days of old. You saw it yourself.
아하.
And what now? I'd be content with some fisher pouring vodka into the lake. I won't stand for this. Your salt walker also promised me a sacrifice.
but he wasn't very eager with making good on it. But I'll take what is due.
You yourself dragged Evdokia to the bottom.
Yes, I myself. Before his salt works, he had a watermill. That's when we made a contract. For this
맙소사.
violation, he paid with his daughter. Wasn't eager to pay the tribute for his factory. He's paying for it now.
So you're to blame for all these deaths.
Mind who you're talking to, witch.
오,
I
화났죠?
took only what's mine to take. For your words, I could turn you into a doubter, but today I will be kind.
How does he get the brine back now?
Do you want to know what to do next? I'll tell you, but you will have to do it properly afterwards. Don't you want to learn anything else?
공격. 야, 공격하면 내가 질 것 같은데?
To begin with, I wanted to ask you,
루살카.
I know the name of the Rusalka. Let her go, now.
Do I look like a bandit to you? Does she look a bride? She can't be saved by a name. She's already dead. You can't bring anyone back from the afterlife.
No, there are ways.
You are talking about your book. She doesn't have anything like that. She will do her time with me. When it is her time to return to the surface, I will let her go, to heaven or hell. That is not for me to decide. And certainly not for you.
I wanted to ask you,
동굴.
what's this cave with writings on the walls?
I've been living here for a long time. Everything used to be different here. There used to be a grave. I kept what's left. Old traditions shouldn't disappear. I simply want to let them.
I wanted to ask you,
봉인.
I need to break the seal on the book.
I know this book, and I know how to break the seal. I'll break it if you do my bidding.
I wanted to ask you,
염전과 임무.
how do I get the brine back? How do I break the seal?
Do you want to know what to do next? I'll tell you, but you will have to do it properly afterwards. Don't you want to learn anything else?
좋아, 다 물어봤죠? 공격. 한번 공격을 해보면 어떨까? 공격해보자. 궁금하잖아.
I'll take the brine by force if I have to, and I'll do what I want with the drowners.
The Vodinoi laughs. A stream of water knocks the book from your hands, and it falls to your feet.
In my palace. Put away your foul bug. Be glad that I need you for now.
공격이 안 되네. 보데노의 임무.
Tell me what you want.
Yes, now there's a good witch. I need a helper on land. You will go to the boathouse that's not far from Vilgard. You will find some bandits there. Lately, they too have forgotten to make offering to me. Make them restore this good tradition.
All right, as you wish.
I like you, Vasilisa. We can become friends after I break the seal. I choose a gift for you. A chest of golden coins or a handful of fish scales.
그 비늘을 고르라고 했죠.
I'll take the scales. You can't find any such things on the surface.
As you wish, witch.
근데 진짜 비늘 주는 거 아니야?
Well, have a nice trip. Well
meet right after you fulfill my task, perhaps at the old watermill of Pahom. I'll break your water seal and the brine that depends on Pahom. Surely I'll be able to find a couple of gloves.
You return to your senses on the bank of the Rusalka backwater. You spit out muddy water and inspect your things. Everything is where it should be. With a shudder, you clutch for the black book. It's also here. Only the fish scales have disappeared. To your
와,
surprise,
그만.
you notice a heavy
너무
sack
좋아요.
with gold coins in its place.
이제 바로 돌아가기.
Grandpa, I'm back.
Vasilisa, I did some divinations the other day. Learned that Vakul is holding you captive. And then I went to the Church of the Trinity, did what needed to be done. That's why the water demon let you go.
The prayers may not be the reason. He had a task for me.
You tell old Yegor about the events of recent days.
So that Miller was Pahom. Interesting. A Vodyanoi doesn't forget his subjects. Be on the lookout with this demon. He may try to pull one over on you.
I don't trust demons, just as you taught me.
And that's why you helped the Rusalka. That is not the same as a changeling girl. We need to be careful in our line of work, or you'll wind up beneath the earth. Anyway, we need to think about something else. Ask the bandits about Vakul. They might give you some advice.
All right, Grandpa.
강도.
What kind of bandits make offerings to him?
I think river bandits. Not a rare sort nowadays. They may be escaped convicts or former factory workers. You're a powerful knower. They can't hurt you. Curse them if they try anything. Don't let them catch their breath.
루살카.
I met Rusalka. Do you think we can help her?
The Rusalka? She's dead already. How can you help a dead person? Well, I'm sorry,
너무나
Vasilisa.
안타깝죠.
I spoke without thinking. I don't think she has friend that can help her.
But I found her name. It must mean something.
You're saying she's Pahom's daughter? Let him think about it.
Can I at least free her from the Vodyanoi?
That spirit holds on to his droners until their early time is up. He might let them go sooner, for the right price. Sometimes, of course, they can be saved with prayer. Vodyanois who are weaker than ours have a lower price. What price will Vakul ask? No one knows. You can try it if you want to, but the seal takes priority. Don't you forget that.
보데노이.
Do you think he will keep his promise about the salt and the seal?
I dealt with him once, also at a mill. Did everything he had to, but also took all that he could. A powerful shot. Now it's your turn. You'll beat him, never doubt that.
한번 해보죠.
I see. Time to go.
All right. That pothouse of yours isn't far from Salatnova, to the west of Kusheva.
Nekrasova isn't far. One drowner asked me to help him.
I'll get Pahom in the meantime. God help you.
초르트들과 페스테리. 얘네들을 일단 쥐 보내기. 쥐떼가 한 평민 가족의 창고에 있던 식량을 깡그리 먹어치웠습니다. 임무 실패. 군인의 영리한 아이가 초르트의 수적을 간파했습니다. 악마는 털이 그슬리고 감정 이상에 돌아왔습니다. 그래도 재해는 늘어나네? 병든 남자는 동네 약초상이 치료해주기 전까지는 일을 할 수 없었습니다. 임무 실패. 마크루코가 아무리 애를 써도 쓸만한 모래밭줄을 만들 수는 없었습니다. 일단 무의미한 일. 덱 좀 정리 좀 할까? 장터. 행상인들이 작은 장터를 열었다고 한다. 몇몇 상인은 이 늦은 시간까지 일하고 있는 것 같다.
At the crossroads of two trade routes, you see the annual fair. Despite the late hour, trading is still taking place. Perhaps you might buy something for your journey. A multitude of goods can be found. Prianics, as well as a variety of magic trinkets. There's something for everyone here.
주변 둘러보기.
Seek me out, girl, and I will grant you knowledge. I can help you gain a better grasp of your book and all the wisdom contained within.
스킬 초기화를 한번 합시다.
I do not judge.
잘못 누른 것
Go
같아.
and learn the things that your heart desires.
그리고 작업으로 구매. 살 게 있나? 불타는 약초. 사용한 약초 한 개당 모든 적에게 공격치. 자신에게 희생을 입힘. 이거에 맞는 카드가 아직 안 나오는 것 같은데. 행상인.
Buy an amulet and a trinket. Buy a potion and drink it. You'll be as healthy as a boar. Demons fleeing from your roar.
뭐가 있을까? 아흐마토바 협곡. 협곡은 다른 세계와 이어져 있는 경우가 많다. 이고르 할아버지의 말에 따르면 이곳은 일종의 문턱이라고 한다. 협곡의 언데드. 다짜고짜 전투 시작했죠. 재생까지는 킬 필요 없을 것 같아요. 달의 형제 하나. 얘네 어차피 끝났는데? 달의 형제 하나. 동료의 능력을 새로 고침. 사이타노보 마을. 좋은 마을이다. 자주 와본 곳이고 지인도 많다.
A ray of light from a suddenly opened door of the village shop pierces the darkness. a young lad with an accordion strapped across his back runs into the street. A moment later, a shop owner emerges, spewing curses and chasing after the musician. You are somewhat familiar with the accordion player. This dashing youth is often invited to вечерkas and celebrations.
지금 가게 주인과 연주자 둘이서 싸움이 붙은 상황이죠. 누구를 도울까? 아코디언 연주자 돕기 가게 주인도. 일단 아코디언 연주자를 도와볼까?
You whisper a zagaver, and the merchant clumsily falls onto the dirty road. Judging by his angry yells, you guess that the young man has stolen a box of sweets from his shop.
아, 죄가 하나
You think
늘었죠.
he casts a narrow-eyed glance in your direction before he disappears in the dark.
아, 연주자가 도둑이었구나.
The merchant spits on a neighbor's hen in frustration, knowing he won't be able to catch the musician.
말하기.
That scoundrel! Sure take him! He'll pay me back, he says. I know all about him paying back. I won't see a half kopeck until Christmas.
도움을 주기.
I know this man. Should I get him back for you?
If only you could. I know him as well, but still. If only my boy was at the counter. I bet he's gone divinate into the ovens again.
Behind those barns?
Yes? Is anything wrong?
Do they have any idea how to perform divinations? I fear something might go wrong.
Nothing bad will happen to them. Sure take them. Youngster, have no patience. Can I help you? Get going.
But what if I wanted to buy something?
Yeah, right. The devil you roaming around at night. Get lost.
The merchant shuts the door in front of you. You can only continue on your way.
헛간마당. 상인에게 듣기로는 헛간마당에서 아이들이 점을 쳤다고 한다. 점은 적절한 때에 치지 않으면 위험할 수 있다. 확인해보는 게 좋겠다.
The black shape of this avin looks like a beast ready to pounce. When you peek through the slightly open door, you gasp. Aviniks have stuffed the children into the stove and are arguing about something.
아이들을 화덕에 넣고? 말하기.
Let us into your ravine, kind host.
Which? I can sense Khaldun's from a mile
뭐야?
away. Well,
고양이 아니야?
come in. You've already invited yourself.
Damn Naviniks. They always looking to eat somebody.
What's with the children? Did you kill them?
Not yet. We're deciding on who gets to do it. Well, what are you looking at? They came for divinations at wrong time, didn't ask for invitation, didn't circle themselves. And to top things off, their father cursed them. Or could it be you, who also came to grab a bite? Come on, take off their icons. They're nasty to the touch.
속이기.
I came for the children. They're my prey. The merchants send them to hell? I know, and their chorts send me precisely for that reason. The real chorts, mind you, not some household spirits.
That's the first time I've heard such a thing. Prove to us that Chorts sent you.
These Aviniks want to see chorts. Well, I know where I can get plenty of those.
페스텔이 아니면 검은 책인데 페스텔이 한번 보여줘볼까?
Well, look at this.
You open your pistir, and several annoyed chorts spill out of it. The panicked Aviniks hide in dark corners.
오, 금방 끝났네? 불타는 약초. 불타는 약초 이 빌드도 괜찮을 것 같은데.
After the Aviniks disappear, the children return to their senses. They remember what happened, only in part. You remind them of the necessities of a protective circle by properly boxing their ears.
따귀를 때렸어? 살타노카 숲. 마을 동쪽에 있는 숲. 이곳에는 양봉가들이 많다고 한다. 그들과 거래할 수 있을지도 모른다.
The narrow path leads you to a silent bee garden. A single light shines amidst the beehives. A beekeeper has lit a splinter and is writing something on birch bark.
말하기.
I can hear you walking. Come out to the light.
Greetings, beekeeper.
Ah, a traveler. Well, come in. Make yourself at home in my bee kingdom. My name is Panko.
The beekeeper proceeds to write something on birch bark.
Are you writing a Leshy charter by chance?
Heaven forbid. I'm calculating my income for the summer. The bee queen spawns grubs every day. So I get a lot of new bees. If only I had enough houses for them. This Vodyanoi helps me. There's Chorts Creek nearby. The bees drink their water there. I threw something in the water recently. A bottle of vodka and a loaf of bread. So my bees wouldn't die off this winter.
I see. If you're having a good year, maybe you have something to sell.
Come and take a look. Are you interested in some healing herbs?
뭐야? 상인이었어? 보데노인.
Have you heard about the local Vodyanoi?
Well, they say all sorts of things. I heard this one story from an old woman I know. Thing is, I can tell a mighty scary story. Might make your hair stand on end.
물건. 뭐를 파시나요? 체력 20 회복. 대박인데? 통달 효과 3증가. 자식이라. 20 회복제를 하나 사볼까? 왕의 눈. 세상에는 기적을 행하는 것으로 알려진 일부 얼간이들은 이 약초에 사랑에 빠지게 하는 효능이 있다고 칭송하며 이 약초를 사랑에 눈먼 어리석은 이들을 속이곤 한다. 그래, 하나만 사보자. 잠깐만.
Come and take a look. Are you
아이템도
interested?
파는 것 같은데? 아, 내 거구나. 사이타노카 기습. 아직 보데노에게 잡히지는 않기를 바란다. 강도들과 얘기해보지도 못했으니까.
Someone's figure stands black at the forest's edge. You can't make out who's waiting for you on your way. You clutch your book tighter.
부르기.
A human voice answers you. You come closer and recognize the accordion player you met from Saltanova village.
Vasha, I knew it was you in the village.
What do you need? You're on your way already.
I wanted to thank you. You tripped him and I managed to escape.
Yeah, Trit. Right.
Here, take a sweet for the road.
와,
I need
오르블.
these sweets for business, but I'll pay them back first thing tomorrow.
You must be carrying these for the girls, as usual.
Such accusations all of a sudden. Nothing of the sort. I'm going to a pot house. I've been asked to play for a birthday, I think.
Fedka plays a riff on his accordion.
I think if I bring a present along, they'll pay me more.
선술집.
To a bot house, you say? Have you been there before? What kind of place is it?
No, I haven't. It used to be an abandoned isba. Now I hear that each night it becomes a noisy pot house. So it must be fun. Oh, a fine pot house it must be.
생일.
Who called you there?
God knows. The other night I met some lad by my isba. Come to the pot house, he says. Gave me some money in advance and promised more afterwards.
Why couldn't you buy sweets with that money?
I hid them away right after, just in case. Come on, don't fret. I'll pay it back later.
강도.
I've heard wicked people reside there.
I don't care. Even church won't hurt an accordion player.
Really, you haven't met Chorts. You wouldn't know if you did.
Not everyone is brought up by a knower.
헤어지기.
God help you. I have business of my own.
Wait, where are you going yourself?
I'm going to the pot house too. I need to check up on this birthday.
Oh, how wonderful. Let's go together.
Yeah, wonderful. Sorry, but I'll have to go alone. First, I need to drop by Nekrasova.
Look what's going on there. Men and women crawling like flies. Let's go.
You don't have time to interject, and the musician drags you along. Peasants are gathering on the banks of the river. Each has several loaves of bread in their hands, which they are throwing into the river, and watch as they drift downstream. The musician calls out to them and strides confidently towards them.
Well met, Nekrasova. What are you doing here? Feeding the fishes?
They're looking for a drowned man. He can be found where a loaf sinks, so they say.
Yes, one man from our village went missing. We can't find him.
I think I know who you're talking about. You won't ransom him from a Vodinoy with bread, and not from your Vodinoy for sure.
And how do you know that? Her grandpa is an ower. She's an ower too. But what can we do to make him drift ashore? Tell us if you know.
If you want to ransom him from your Vodinoy, you'll need coins for that. Throw an odd number of each time, 3 or 15.
How much money will it take? Where can we get that amount? We struggled even to get this bread.
아, 5루블?
Here, take this. It's not much, but it should do.
죄가 줄었죠.
Well, Vasya, quite a wealthy girl you are.
Keep quiet. Don't go counting my money.
We thank you for this. We'll be searching for him until spring this way.
You say goodbye to the peasants and go on your way. Soon, you are able to rid yourself of the musician, who stays to chat with some of his new acquaintances.
네크라 소보 마을. 이 마을에 살던 한 사람은 보데노에게 붙잡혀 그의 소를 돌보게 되었다. 아, 그 바닷속에서 본 적이 있죠. 이에 이곳에서 그의 영혼을 위해 기도할 수 있다.
The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business.
익사체의 아내를 찾기.
You soon find the izba where the missing peasant's family lives. It turns out that he is one of the villagers trying to reach the Sultanovka bank. You tell his wife that she must recite a prayer. The shaken woman recognizes you as a witch and trusts your every word.
야, 돈은 내가 받아야지 왜 돈을 줘야 되죠? 그래도 안타까우니까 25루블.
You give her all the money the Vodinoy's servant gave you.
야, 쟤를 왜 하나만 줄여주냐고 한 5개는 줄여줘야지.
The grateful peasant woman gives
앤드레이크?
you some healing herbs for the road. After some thought, you ask her to light a candle for a certain rusalka that you know.
아이템?
The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business.
뭐 아이템이 추가됐나? 아무것도 없죠. 선술집에 대해 물어보기.
Everyone you ask knows about the pothouse,
보조 임무.
but tells you that it is a wicked place for wicked people. As it turns out, the bandits have become even noisier as of late, but no one has seen them in nearby villages. One of the people you talk to crosses himself and tells you that there's something demonic going on in this pothouse. With a shaky voice, he tells you about a logging area to the west. You can't get anything else out of him. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business.
네크라 소본 목욕탕. 누군가의 노랫소리가 들린다. 악령들이 축제를 연 걸까? 또 음악 감상의 시간.
You hear the lingering sounds of songs long known to you. At one of the izbas, you see a late-running vichorka. It may be worth stopping to listen for a while.
가까이 가기.
You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song.
함께 노래하기. 노래 좋다. 숲 공터. 듣기로는 강도들이 이곳에서 나무를 베고 있었다고 한다. 그들에 대해 정보를 얻을 수 있을지도 모른다.
On the frozen logging site, everything is silent, even birds and insects. Knowing this to be a sign of evil spirits, you open your book. Several fat logs are lying on the glade ahead of you near an old fire, and some items are scattered about it. By the roots of a notably large fallen pine, you see the mouth of a hole.
순서대로 확인을 해볼까? 통나무들 확인하기.
The closer you get to the logging site, the stronger the smell of decay. You recoil involuntarily when you spot the bodies, stuck into the rough holes in the trunks, as if into coffins.
뒤는 뭐야? 뒤를 본다는 거 아니면 뒤로 돌아간다는 얘기야? 시신 확인하기.
Overcoming your disgust,
오르블.
you inspect the corpses. Many of the dead have weapons. It would appear they used to be bandits. You find a purse with rubles on one of them and take it without remorse.
주저없이 가져갑니다. 다음 불을 확인하자.
You feel the stench of death in the air. It seems no one has been here for a long time. You find someone's ledger by the fire. Reading it, you find regular sacrifices to the Vadinoi and other, more sinister expenses that you try not to think about. The last record is dated more than a week ago.
구멍 확인하기.
The hole breathes with the dampness of a graveyard. At the bottom of it, among roots that look like paws of exotic beasts, you see an empty chest. Upon closer inspection, it proves to be quite old. It would seem that this small chest was buried a long time ago. The closer you get to the logging site, the stronger the...
정착지. 마을에서 멀리 떨어진 곳에 짐 여러 채가 있다. 언젠가 새로운 마을로 성장할지도 모른다.
You pass a small settlement that has no name yet. On the village edge, you notice a fat barrel rolling to the west.
통 따라가 볼까?
It turns out that the barrel is rolling to the pothouse. Sometime later, several chorts fly out of it, transform into whirlwinds, and fly away so fast that you have no time to read a zagavar. Approaching the barrel, you notice that it used to be full of mash, but it is empty now.
아, 전투 놓쳤죠. 선술집. 선술집은 의뢰 평이 안 좋게 마련이지만 이곳은 유난히 악명 높다. 약초가 없나? 여기 하나 있는 것 같은데? 맨드레이크.
There are only abandoned isbas nearby. Their windows are all dark. No one wants to live this close to a pot house.
이것도 약초 아니야? 약초 아닌가 보네. 여기도 약초 있다. 깨기풀. 나이스. 문지기.
I have business with your chieftain.
Ha! He has no business with you. Go, before Cassian has seen you.
자기소개하기.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know.
And I am Zao, the entire Perm Gubernia.
위협하기.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know. I can heal you, but I can curse you as well.
I'll show you, curse. There's no place for witches here. Go!
Through your clenched teeth, you whisper a zagavar that would topple any peasant, but this large man is unaffected. You decide not to attract too much tension prematurely and begin searching for another way.
안 통한다고?
What of a chorka they're having here. I see the musician has already got there. Which one of them manages the Vodinoy sacrifices, I wonder? El Archizba, a fine one. I didn't think they wasted such fine isbas on bathhouses.
The peasant holds his head and wipes away a single tear from time to time.
Are you all right?
Oh, girl, what are you doing here? Get out of here while you still can. This is an evil place.
죽은 강도들.
I know it is. That's why I'm here. I found dead bandits in the forest, at the logging site. It would seem that demons killed them.
That's what happened. Run while you yourself are still alive.
If you're so scared, why aren't you running too?
I can't escape the charts. They left me here while they're drinking in the porthouse. Later, they'll ride me to hell.
Dear God, so you're dead?
I used to spend quite a bit of time in this porthouse. Now it's time to pay the bill.
도움을 주기.
Perhaps I can save you. I know how to deal with chorts. I have a pastor full of my own. Just help me get inside.
You can't help me, but you can peek on the chart if you like. Here is the key from the back door. You can go in if you want to.
선술집.
What can you tell me about the bathhouse?
A wicked place for wicked people. So it was, and it's worse now.
눈물.
Why are you crying?
What? I'm not crying. I won't cry, no matter what fate befalls me. Do you hear?
헤어지기.
You can hear the sounds of an accordion and lively conversation. The door is locked.
열쇠로 문을 열기.
The lock falls to the floor with a thud. The door is open.
들어가자. 아코디언 연주가.
The accordion player winks at you while playing his instrument.
I knew your life wouldn't be the same without me. You came to see your cities, my dear.
Don't tempt fate, Fyodor.
I'm only kidding. The fun starts at night.
강도.
Aren't you afraid of wicked men?
What's there to be afraid of? Everyone likes a good accordion player. I tell you, the devil himself doesn't frighten me. I won't let anyone hurt you either.
악령들.
I found something. I think demons are to blame for it. Perhaps the bandits are all dead by now.
The stories you tell, Vasilisa. You and your old man, always first-rate jokers.
This is no joke, Fetka.
Oh, stop it, Vasya. You'll make me miss my notes.
재미.
What were you saying about fun?
Some guy tells me here that as soon as it gets dark, we'll start treating our guests so well that he'll be in heaven. That's the gist of it.
Huh. Interesting. We'll talk later.
All right. Here. Sit on the bench. Listen to my fine playing.
농부들.
These ones don't even want to talk to me. He wants me to bring him more booze. Yeah, right.
메가 혼합물. 죽은 먹는다고 하고 메가 혼합물은 마신다고 표현하지만 사실상 별 차이는 없다. 붉은 구석.
There used to be a red corner here. It's empty now.
와인상인.
House's owner doesn't even look at me. He doesn't say anything. He only furrows his brows.
The fun starts to gather momentum, while the sky behind the window is getting dark.
기다리기.
Soon the peasants are dancing so hard that the walls around them start to shake. After some time, the crowd is having so much fun that the accordion player is lifted up and thrown into the air to cheers. The most noticeable in the crowd is a large man. Is this the game, Chief? You notice that the pothouse visitors approach a glass jar that stands by the window and smears something around their eyes. Having carefully picked out this moment, you reach the item. You've had a bad feeling about this pothouse for a while, and now it has turned to horror.
연고 사용하기. 뭐야? 갑자기 분위기가. 어라?
Your suspicions prove true. Everything around you was an illusion. The accordion player wasn't thrown into the air without malice. You take out the black book, but the chief of the short swarm calls you out.
I think my stables will see another witch added to it. What a day. Whatever brought you here, madam?
The musician is trying to
야,
get out
뒷배경이 너무 무서운데?
all his strength.
강도.
I know that you killed the local bandits.
They found what they shouldn't have. That is, us. I can't say we weren't grateful, though.
질문하기. 질문해도 될까? 여기 뒤에 지금
You killed them
난리가
all?
났는데.
Why?
The accordion player fights back a little less fiercely.
Do we require a reason? We're evil spirits, girl. But you ask your questions. I have plenty of time.
너무 질문하면 안 되나 봐. 안 되겠다. 공격.
Stop your blabbing. You're going to hell alone with your pack.
We'll see who goes to hell. I'll turn you into a mare and hitch you to a cart.
선술집 초르트. 어디 보자. 모든 페이지의 공격 10 증가. 이건 뭐야? 남은 시간. 전투가 끝나기까지 남은 시간. 이 시간 내 모든 악령을 처치하지 못하면 패배합니다. 아마 저 뒤에 연주자가 버티는 시간이겠죠? 얘는 가시로 끝내고 데미지 몇이야? 35? 다음 턴이면 끝나겠다.
Keep at it, and your friend here will join our sinners.
Don't count on it.
You will follow right after.
코르빈, 아주 오래전에는 창조의 경애에 대하여 천사와 같은 합창을 부르곤 했다. 축복 효과의 면역.
When Mikolka the Chort falls, his flock flies screaming from the windows and doors. You quickly release Fedka from the noose. He seems to be still breathing, but there's no trace of his usual hubris. To your surprise, the Chort hasn't yet vanished like the rest.
Wait, Khaldun, I will help you.
What? You're looking to serve me? I have plenty of charts of my own.
But I am a strong chort. You've seen it yourself. I'll prove myself useful more than once.
강도에 대해서.
First, tell me this. What happened to the bandits?
They dug up an old treasure chest and was buried here a long time ago by Uskuinix. It was guarded by strong sorcery. Not strong enough to kill all the bandits, but still. I think something went wrong with the Zagavor, or maybe the place there is special. We were bound to guard it, regular chorts we were. But with time, the magic grew stronger, and so did our power, like wine. When they opened the chest, we took what we were due. All of their heads. The residue of the sorcery created of this phantom.
I don't think Vakul will be too happy.
And after that, we started gathering the cursed ones around the area. I turned the sinners into horses and drive them into hell. Everything had been going so well until you came. The Zagavad was so strong even the evil spirits used herbs to counter it.
초르트의 운명 정하기.
Should I leave these chorts here to roam around instead of the bandits? Let them make offerings to the Vodinoi.
공물을 바치기. 초르트 데려가 초르트를 주기. 공물을 바치기. 초르트. 근데 야 초르트가 늘어날수록 내가 더 손해 아니냐? 아직 내가 이해를 못했나? 데려가 볼까?
All right, come into my service.
Thank you, witch. You won't regret it. I will spoil a lot of souls on your behalf.
The accordion player has stood on the border between life and death, and seems to be different right now. On your way back, he is silent. You help Fedka get to the closest village, and return home. You can only guess how the Vodinoi will react to the death of his bandits. They won't make him offerings anymore.
And I was here by dawn. And I was here by dawn.
Why didn't you leave that short to make sacrifices, huh? Catch the cockroaches.
I'll think of something with the Vodinoi.
You'd better. We don't have time to search for another Vodinoi. All right, you need to go to the mill. I already sent a salt worker there.
봉인.
Do you think Vakul will break the seal?
No, I don't know. He'll do whatever he thinks of. He likes sacrifices. Maybe you can make him change his mind with money.
루살카.
I've been thinking about that Rusalka.
You could try to buy out her soul, but what's the point? He'll let her go in 50 years or so. She's dead. She can wait.
물레방아.
What should I watch out for at the watermill?
I think you should be ready for anything. That demon wanted to meet there for a reason. He has power there, as well as history.
갈 시간.
I'm getting better and better with the book.
Ha! You bet. Knowledge is light. The longer you hold on to this book, the brighter it shines. And the taller the shadow is behind your back. Doesn't matter who holds this book, a girl or an old man. This shadow keeps growing, and in time will cover villages, peasants, friends, and family. Finally, it gets to you.
Well, time to go to the mill.
It's not far from Gaina village. You won't get lost there.
그 동료 초르트들이 동료로 들어오지를 않는데 그럼 어디다 쓰는 거야? 얘네들? 일단 심부름을 계속해서 보냅시다. 아트베이가 여자가 하는 일마다 회방을 놓는 바람에 식구들이 그녀를 싫어하기 시작했습니다. 죄가 삼이야? 레벨업 했죠. 풍문 명령 페이지 한 장 증가. 이거 찍고 싶은데 무의미. 아 이거 찍고 보냈어야 되는데. 방문객들.
God be with you. I'm a fisherman from the northern lake, Vatti, Lord forgive. I came to thank you. I don't know what you did, but the Vodyanoi stopped cutting our nets. Here, I brought some dried pike from our crew.
그럼 이제 가볼까? 페더로버 마을. 와본 적은 없지만 평범한 마을 같아 보인다. 아니면 혹시 이곳 주민들이 전부 옛날처럼 보다노이를 숭배하는 것은 아닐까?
Near the old Izba, a man is scolding his wife. Half the village soon gathers to listen to the quarrel. Half the peasants take the side of the husband, while the other half support the wife.
문제 파악하기.
The subject of the argument turns out to be a saw that breaks down every other time. The man suspects that his wife is cursing it, while she insists she is innocent.
톱 관찰하기.
This item looks like it's been repaired quite often. Looks like it was fixed by the local smith a couple of days ago.
도움을 주기.
You think that the smith may know something about the defect and learn how to get to his izba. You decide on your next actions.
방앗간에 대해 알아보기.
It turns out the mill has long since been abandoned and is rather notorious here. Hardly anyone is brave enough to get close to the building. The talk is, the Vodyanoi still grabs passers-by and drags them to the bottom. You decide on your next actions.
가인 스코에. 이 마을은 방앗간에서 그리 멀지 않다.
On the village street, you meet a strange peasant procession with chests and sacks. A peasant clutching a sleepy rooster walks in the lead. The people stop, noticing you on their way. The old women start to cross themselves, thinking you to be a bad omen. The man walking at the head of the procession addresses you.
Who are you, bareheaded wench? What are you doing here at night?
A rooster in hand and sacks full of clothing. What are these peasants planning?
수탉은 왜 들고 있을까? 뭐가 있나? 결혼식? 이게 뜬 거 보니까 결혼식 같은데? 그럼 선물인가? 이사는 아닐 거야. 도망도 아닐 거고. 점치기 아니면 선물인데 선물로 가보자.
Bringing gifts to someone?
이런.
No. Looks like they're offering the rooster as a sacrifice to the So녀ㅅ. So they're moving. I'm a simple traveler
야,
who's lost their way.
이사 가는데 닭을 왜 들고 있어?
You're moving into a new barn.
맙소사.
None of your business, wench.
도움을 주기.
I'm a witch doctor. I can help you move.
After a brief discussion, the peasants accept your offer. You make a sacrifice near the future hut while whispering zagavers. Thankful people offer you some gifts.
정착지. 약간 두려운 마음이 든다. 근처에 악령이 있다.
You go past the new houses of the settlement and approach the Kama bank. The Vodyanoi was sure to be followed by his retinue, dead men and drowners from the underwater domain. Breathing in the fresh night air, you draw a circle. The Chthonian guests show up almost immediately. Your recent acquaintances emerge from the river.
말하기.
Is that you, witch?
아, 또 얘 바보 형제들.
You. What do you need here?
Vakul has gone to the watermill. So the border is thin. We came along too.
So help him deal with that girl also.
Keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
염정 꿈과 루살카.
If you know the Vodyanoi so well, maybe you can tell me how to help the saltwalker and the Rusalka.
The Vodyanoi took a liking to you. He likes knowers. He doesn't like that you held the Rusalka with her name. He planned to live with her for a long time. What's he going to do with her now that she remembered her past? He was upset that you held the shepherd. He got so angry. There were waves all over. Vakul is not in a good mood now. He'll probably demand a ransom. I don't know how much, but he won't ever let the Rusalka go. Only when her time comes. Like the rest of the drowners.
When my time comes, I'll become a Vodyanoi myself.
Keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
공격은 왜? 헤어지기.
You sit here for a while and swim home. I'll go have a talk with the Vodyanoi.
We'll see about that.
대장간. 도구를 형편없이 수리한 대장장이가 이곳에 산다.
The smithy is built on the far end of the village to prevent fires. You knock at the door and shudder. The sound disturbs the heavy silence. The door opens. The first thing you see is a gun, and then the smith.
Who are you? It seems a bit early for caroling.
A man from Fyodorova sent me. Here, his saw is fixed poorly.
The smith puts down his gun and inspects the tool.
Lousily done. It's my work. But what can you do? I'm afraid to work for too long. You won't believe me.
I'm a knower. I've seen a lot of things.
Christ almighty. Well, listen. The devil himself visits me. He looks like an ordinary God-fearing man, but smells of drink. He comes and tells me, shoe my horses. So I'm lifting the horse's hoof and see a human foot. This peasant has it backwards, hooves for feet, and he stares at me with his eyes. So I had to shoe a human foot. Lord, forgive me. I've been afraid to open the door ever since.
You say he smells of drink? I met shorts such as this yesterday. They won't bother you anymore.
You chased them away? I don't know how to thank you. Give me that saw. It will be as good as new.
The grateful smith fixes the tool and
얘
bows
15
low
루블.
to you. On your way back, you give the peasant the saw and receive your reward.
잘 해결됐죠. 와인 상점. 물론 난 이런 상점에 관심이 없다. 그냥 지나가는 길이다.
The wine shop is working until late. Warm light from its window pours onto the street, hidden in the dark. Noticing your book, the wine seller invites you inside. He claims to have books for sale.
책을 팔고 있다고?
I see you're interested in books. You have a great one with you, I see. Is it old? I'm not only selling drinks, you know. Care to look?
상점. 이거 샀던 거잖아. 자물쇠 페이지 굳거나. 부싯돌. 저기 받는 별로 살만한 거 없어 보이는데? 고디아, 작은 강. 이곳에서 사람들이 자주 익사한다는 듯하다. 근처에 방앗간이 있으니 이상할 것도 없다.
On the riverbank, you see a peasant that used to look after the Vajinoy's cows. He is alive and obviously free, but his eyes are empty and he can't say a word. You know these things happen to regular people who have been through such experiences. You guide the man to the village and explain that he needs to get to his home, Nekrasova.
오, 한 명을 구했죠. 물레방아. 방앗꾼이 보대 노예와 거래하는 일이 잦기 때문에 물레방아는 종종 불길한 곳으로 여겨진다.
The mill rises above the pool of the river inflow. The izba is decrepit, and the water wheel is silent. The reeds around it rustle mysteriously. You're greeted by a salt worker.
반기기.
Oh, Vasilisa.
I visited the Vodinoy and learned about your daughter. Don't you think it's something worth telling me?
How could I? God, this is all like in a bad dream. He took Yevdokia, but I didn't know he was the one to blame. And I didn't think for a minute that he would send her to kill people. I thought there was another Vodinoy. I thought I had escaped from that one. So much death, so many sacrifices. Sacrifices. I offered money, vodka, porridge. It's still not enough for Vakul. It's still not enough for Vakul. He only wants lives.
Did you make a pact with the Vodinoy here?
Yes. This is my old watermill. I used to work here. When I built it, I made a pact with Vakul. He tells me it's business as usual, so I thought I'd pay it off with rubles.
It's never that easy with demons.
Several years later, he started playing tricks with shadows. His way of asking for his sacrifice. I never wanted to hurt anyone, and so I refused him. He then took it for himself. I had an apprentice, a guy who poured grain. A fine lad. I liked him a lot. And the Vodinoy dragged him into the water. The demon drowned him. Do you understand? Then I abandoned that watermill. I couldn't stay there. I opened these salt works later. I thought he had already taken what was due. But it was never enough for him. Turns out he's the one who took my daughter. He killed my Dusha.
염전.
How did the Vodinoy find you in the salt works?
This factory is far away. I thought another Vodinoy managed this place. And so it used to be in the beginning. I managed to make some money milling the wheat. First I built a small factory, and then it expanded. We got along fine with another water demon. He did not want any human sacrifices.
Then I gather Vakul beat him and took this river under his control. But I wasn't aware. And then he somehow learned about me.
에브도키아.
What happened to your daughter?
My daughter. She had nothing to do with it. When Vakul found me, he, I think, wanted to teach me a lesson. Yevdokia went to Solikamsk in winter by sleigh. The ice broke beneath her. No one found my daughter, nor did they find the sleigh. That time, I didn't guess who was to blame. It's not the Vodyanoi my grandfather told me about. God punished me. He sent the most devious one.
보데노이.
I think you'll be able to talk to Vakul today.
Oh, I will. That damned chort I will.
I don't think you can handle him. Only I can. Besides, even I won't be able to kill him. Masters of nature are strong.
Do what you can.
I will.
작업 시작.
I think Vakul will show up sooner if you start the mill.
Can do. I already inspected it while I waited. I've opened the screen, but the wheel doesn't spin. The chute is worn out. I can patch it. These chutes can be patched. It's a pity some of them are too far gone. There aren't enough paddles on the wheel. Look around a bit. We should have enough here. Then we will start it. I'll wait for you inside. I'll fix what I can.
All right. I'll find some boards for you.
일단 약초를 먼저 먹고요. 맨드레이크. 베드로의 십자가.
You found a fitting vein for a watermill wheel.
판을 가져가기.
Still water, and it's deep at that. Something is splashing around here, but I can't make out what.
뭔가 첨벙거리고 있다고?
You found a fitting vein for a watermill wheel.
판을 가져가기. 깜짝이야. 약초? 맨드레이크? 대화를 해볼까?
Vasya, my father. Is he also here?
Yes, on the mill. Want to speak to him?
I can't. Vakul won't allow it.
He's not here yet.
I can't disobey him, no matter how much I'd like to.
I need the blades.
For the wheel, I know. Here's the blade. Take it.
The Rusalka
뭐야?
gives you a part
판
of
갖고
the
있었어?
mechanism.
There's something in this name, Vakul. A bit of firm, you think? I feel he's close.
그럼 판 다 구한 건가?
A ramshackle mill. We're lucky it still stands. It's scary around here. Could some other demons have settled here?
일단 대화.
Ah, Vasilisa. 3 blades. That's enough. Well, we have everything we need to start the mill.
Vakul will appear as soon as we start the wheel.
바퀴 돌리기.
All right, it's time.
The salt worker quickly fixes the mechanism. He looks like he's done it plenty of times. Soon, the squeaky wheel makes one rotation, then another.
와. 실물인가요? 붙어야 돼 설마?
The middle world. A grand place, beautiful. If only it didn't stink of the living. My favorite witch and her cute little book. I'm so glad to meet you again.
Greetings, Vodinoy.
Well, 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 Vakul.
Ah, my old acquaintance. Come to break another promise?
Father,
I didn't tell you to speak.
A water stream knocks the salt worker and the rusalka off their feet.
You make a lousy guest, Vasilisa. Is it what we do in the Perm region? Steal serfs from their master.
There aren't any serfs anymore.
Silence! It seems the bandits still don't make any offerings. Is there a problem, Vasilisa?
Bandits were killed by demons.
You failed the task. But I like you, witch. Tell me what you want.
야 이건 너무 욕심 같은데. 근데 일단 요구해보자. 루살카와 봉인 모드.
I need to break the seal and free the Rusalka. What good comes of keeping her with you? She's a nice girl.
미안 내가 좀 욕심이 많아.
That's why I'm keeping her, because she's nice. I'm not impartial to compassion, so I'm ready to make a deal. You want both? Then I'll require gold as your sacrifice. Every wish has its price. Mine is a small one.
100? 100루블?
Wait, I changed my mind.
공격하기.
I didn't come to bargain, but to take what I need by force. You're not as powerful here as at your palace.
We'll see about that, witch.
보데노이 333. 20의 공격이 들어오죠. 장난 아닌데?
We might have come to an agreement. I'm a reasonable businessman.
I don't make deals with evil spirits.
And don't you deal with the book?
저주랑 독이 걸렸어. 악령 소환? 괜찮아. 다음 턴이면 끝나.
Knock down the price.
가격을 내리겠다.
Too late, Vakul. No use talking now.
빵 터지네. 성인을 위한 손. 벌의 팔을 쏘여도 성인이 낫게 해주실 것이다. 전투 시작 시 방어 3 증가 얻기.
With a deafening splash, the Vodyanoi vanishes into the depths. You think of where you can get another Vodyanoi to break the seal, but your ruminations are interrupted by the Rusalka. She touches the black book.
봉인 풀기.
One more seal is gone.
봉인이 하나 더 풀렸습니다.
Oh, forgive me, Dusha. You died because of me.
No, don't even think about blaming yourself. I'm free from the water demon now. I still have no answer for my sins.
Wait.
We'll meet again someday. Farewell, Father.
The Rusalka smiles at the salt worker and vanishes into white light. On your way back, you comfort Pahom with tales of life after death, but he seems to be happy with how things turned out.
이즈바로 돌아가기.
Isn't that the most banal of a legend?
Maybe, but there's too many
강조공.
consequences. The drowners are talking about her. The girl is strong.
이게 의사 같은데 그림자가?
There are rumors coming from other spirits. Now they agreed to protect a wedding. She must think I would try curse it. If she sticks needles in me, I'll be left without any power. Go to Bakcha. They won't be expecting you.
I have certain doubts about this. I've seen her in the village. Not everyone can handle that power.
You should be more confident. I haven't taught you for nothing. You should curse the wedding to be on an equal footing.
It won't be easy. But if she really has the book, I may finally be able to control this force.
Right. There you will find out. And if this is true, you can do anything you wish for. So goes the legend. Take a look at them first. I've sent charts throughout the area. It will be a good occasion.
This wedding, I wouldn't want to curse peasants. You know how I am with demons.
Don't make me laugh. Who will you curse then? You think you can turn the procession? This thing happened last with my grandmother. Go back as soon as you take the book.
So be it.
Well, get ready. Amen to you.
Aha! And what happened next?
And I decided to teach this chart a lesson.
Well done, Vasilisa. I myself couldn't have done it better. I remember my youth as a Koldun. Those were the days.
I got off easy, you could say.
That's right, you furry short. Go catch some mice.
Let the charts catch them. It's not a job that befits a Susietka.
Proshka, can cats be used to break the seals in the book? Help me check, would you?
All right, I'll catch some mice. It's not hard or anything. I'm not torturing you like your charts, after all.
Well, it's time to deal with the next seal.
The seal of the wolf. I was thinking about werewolves.
I haven't heard about them in Uyezd for a long time.
Proshka, can you turn into a wolf?
Nah.
That won't do. I need to think about this. In the meantime, go and deal with your business. Go visit your betrothed. It's time. I may come up with something.
All right, Grandpa.